Check 1 2 1 2, bitch.
What up, everybody? This is episode 93. 93.
Yep.
Man, we're getting close. When those fucking... No linemen have 90s, huh?
Defensive lineman.
He's lineman.
Oh, yeah, duh. Yeah, this is Busby, along with my boy J.C. Nuts.
Cracking, everybody.
Martine.
Yo.
And
Damn, all right. One day, Busby's really going to need Martine for some audio engineering
yeah,
shit.
I know. I just like saying
He's going to charge his ass.
It's like, and I'm out of here.
And Martine. Anyway, first off, we want to say, if you guys got daddies, happy Father's Day to all the...
Well, if they got kids.
If they got kids.
Yeah.
All the guys, if you listen to this, if you got kids, happy belated Father's Day.
Right.
That was Father's Day.
Hope y'all didn't have to go barbecue your own food or
They probably did.
go see movies that you didn't want to go see because your kids.
They probably did. They probably did.
Yeah. Yeah.
They probably did, because at grocery stores, you know how grocery stores have, like, they have flowers and cards down the lane and shit?
Mm-hmm.
They ain't that for Father's Day. They ain't go damn about
Yeah,
that.
Father's Day, they don't give a damn. But it's like damn near illegal to be a father in America.
Shit.
Well, I mean, like, really, when you put it, ain't no
It
commercials. The
barely any
cars.
commercials. They get one commercial. That's
Yeah.
it for one thing. Oh, get the Father's Day sale, and that's it.
Like,
Get a fucking tie or some shit.
yeah, how they market to fathers is a whole different ballgame. It's like, get your dad a new grill so he can grill for all of you, and then clean up your dirty shit afterwards. Like,
What? See, for mothers, they want you to get gifts and jewelry and all types of shit.
Right.
Cars, a vacation. Dads, you get a tie and socks.
Yeah, that's
That's what they do.
that's basically the gist of it.
Some more bullshit.
Right.
Just take us to like a discount at strip clubs or something.
I think that's what they get when the kids turn 21.
I'm just saying. Oh, a Father's Day sale, get 2 for 1 lap dance.
Right. Yeah.
I'm a funny dude. Anyway, on some not so funny news, we were prepping for the show because, as you can tell, a lot of shit happened this week.
Yeah.
Randomly. It was a random week. Random shit of really crazy shit.
We had everything set up. The rundown was ready to go.
And then God just said, nope.
We get a report saying
TMZ,
that,
the Grim Reaper of celebrities.
a man has been shot in South Florida, and that man ended up being XXXTentacion.
Or Excedrin.
Yeah.
Why is XXXTentacion for this case?
So we're looking into it, trying to figure out what's going on. And as we're looking into it, 2 videos, actually unedited videos, drop. Mm-hmm. And we're not going to give out any links.
Of course not. It's on your timeline. You'll
yeah.
see it.
What we saw was basically a man that appeared lifeless. And, of course, we're waiting for reports to come out. And
He didn't look. He was dead on camera. Let's just stop the shit.
well,
He was dead.
Yeah, but we were waiting for reports because we didn't know.
I knew he was dead at that point. I just knew.
We knew, but you need to wait for the reports. That's what I'm saying. 'Cause
I mean,
I've heard of stories and people in the hospital where they're dead on site and then they're able to be revived en route to the hospital.
Like,
So it's always waiting.
hey.
But as of 2:40 p.m. Pacific time, and we're just after 5 o'clock Pacific time, at 2:40 p.m., that's when the Broward County Sheriff's Department came out and said XXXTentacion has been pronounced dead at the age of 20 years old. He was shot at a motorcycle shop, right? Mm-hmm. Shop
Something like
motorcycles.
that.
He was in his car. According to dispatch, 2 suspects wearing hoodies, they approached the car with red masks, and they shot into the vehicle. And
they were wearing red masks, huh?
yeah,
Shit,
red
sounds like a
masks.
setup.
Apparently, they reached into the car because they're saying it's also a robbery. So after that they had to have reached in the car, grabbed something, and they booked it. There were eyewitnesses on site. Somebody went to go check his pulse. I was at that point when we had learned of the story.
When the story came out, this is the wild shit about it. when the story came out, it said he had no pulse. I was like, hold up, what?
Right.
And then the video comes out, and it was like the ambulance was on the way. There was people surrounding the vehicle, taking pictures of just Triple X just slumped.
Yeah.
Mouth open, everything. It was graphic as fuck. I'm like, oh, he gone. That was my first response.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah.
he gone, he dead. And people was like, no, just wait till reports. I'm like, nah, that's a dead body we're seeing. And we just get, I guess the ambulance showed up, and like J.C. said, they pronounced him dead on arrival. He was gone. Mm-hmm. Now, I am at this point right now, I'm in shock, but I am very, very indifferent about it. Because y'all know this dude's history. He abused his baby mom. Well, isn't his baby mom just his ex-girlfriend, right?
Ex while she was pregnant.
Ex while she was pregnant. He abused her. It's very much documented about his, I guess, his life. How he not just trolls, but even like the recent report that came out from this Miami Herald. It was one of those articles about what he did when he got locked up. How he beat up a dude because he thought he was gay. Yeah. And then getting wire hangers and threatening to fuck the chick and literally just tormenting her on just a daily basis. He did a lot of fuck shit. Besides his music, as a person, I didn't hear not one good thing about this dude. He was a hoe ass nigga at the end of the day. There's no ifs, ands, and buts about it. He was a hoe ass nigga. Now, I've always said I wanted God to handle it, and I'm a firm believer of the energy you put out in this world, it comes back to you. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna let God handle it, because it was just like, you know what? I'm just not gonna say nothing. He's gonna go to he's probably gonna go to prison for this shit. Whatever. He's probably gonna go away for a long time. Nah, if God just I don't like wishing death on anybody for that matter. No matter what you've done, I just let the Lord decide. And I guess God decided to make a judgment today, and his life got taken in broad daylight after he got out of free house arrest.
So he was on house arrest, and the judge had actually just given him, I don't want to say temporary, but maybe it was just clearance for the time being because he was planning on going on tour. Yeah. So he was able to get the restriction relieved. So that's how he was out and about. And apparently, according to his Instagram, just hours before, he was getting ready to plan. He was planning something for charity that was going to take place, I believe, this upcoming Friday.
See,
my whole thing is I'm a firm believer in, I'm same believer in you get what you put out. Now's not the moment to think about that. What I'm thinking about is a mother just lost her child. At the end of the day, and I know there's people that want to spin it. Well, what if it was your mother? What if it was your sister? And I get that, and I'm not taking anything away from that. At the end of the day, it's a life, and a life was violently taken away. And as I'm going through reports now, there's a case of another rapper, Pittsburgh rapper Jimmy Wopo. They're saying he was killed in a drive-by just a few hours ago. And he was on the up and up.
I never heard of him, but you know what's it called? Rest in peace to him.
Yeah, he was catching a lot of buzz with his single Elm Street. Him and another man were in the vehicle. Somebody rolled up on him and shot into the vehicle. They're saying the other man's in critical condition right now, but they're clear. Pusha T already went on Twitter and he rest in peace, Jimmy Wopo.
See, it's just fucked up. See, the universe is just working really mysteriously right now, man. I'm just saying the universe is coming back to collect on certain people that put out certain energies in this world. Like I said, I'm a firm believer in that shit. When it comes to Triple X, just looking on the timeline and just seeing, I just knew what was going to happen. People were going to say they're glad he's gone. Other people are just like, like what JC's saying, this is a life. Like I said, I'm very indifferent about it because I don't want to take a life. I don't want to wish death on nobody, but I ain't going to pray on a menace to society. If anything, I just said you got to let God handle it. Mm-hmm. And that's pretty much what, because honestly, the shit I read about him, the shit he did, even throughout the day, I don't even believe in all the charity shit. I think he just wanted to put a good light on himself because he just wanted to put a good light on himself because he knew he was going to go to jail very, very soon.
It's possible.
That's because I just didn't believe in him. Of all the little fuck shit he did, I don't believe in it. Especially the shit and like the other little fucking shit he was called himself Dylan Wolf, Lil Dylan Wolf, and all this other shit. And when he was trying to beef with Drake, when we were all going on Pusha T for bringing up his mom, but that was kind of just provoked through the rap battle. He was literally trying to just provoke Drake, and he brought up his mom saying, "Oh, she's hella cute and all this. She's hella cute," and then putting pictures of him sitting on her lap and shit like that.
Right.
Like, dude.
See, yeah, no, I don't fault you for thinking of that. And what I'm about to say, in no way am I comparing the two. I'm just comparing it to the situation of it's possible for people to change. Because at one point, Malcolm X was Detroit Red.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? So,
but
it's, you know what I'm saying? Again, I'm not comparing the two. All I'm saying is that you can go from being a person that does ugly things, and at some point you can right your wrongs before it's too late. So, again, I understand what people are saying. It's just I'm not one to focus on, well, God's handling it and that's what he deserves. I'm not focused on that.
I didn't say he don't.
I'm not saying you were.
Yeah.
But there are people on social media who are saying stuff like that. So.
Oh yeah. So like we said, we praised his last LP, not his last LP, the one last year,
17.
Yeah, 17, just off the good music. Even Kendrick was praising because he was just focusing on the music and not them. But same time, like I said, it's just like he's done too much fuck shit, and it's just like I can't.
At this point, it seems to have caught up with him.
Oh yes, it did.
Yeah.
This is literally the ending of Menace to Society. That's pretty much what it. That's how I think of it.
You're right.
Literally the ending of that. So 6ix9ine better watch this shit very, very carefully.
I was gonna bring him up. I'm like, if anybody that you were expecting this to happen to anybody, it was gonna be 6ix9ine. I hope this is definitely a wake up call to show these kids that are on social media that are hyping this shit up that he's doing. It's not fun and games. Somebody's gonna get hurt behind this.
Joe Budden was a prophet. If anyone, I don't like plugging other podcasts, but Joe Budden has a tendency of just saying stuff and it just comes true. And he said flat out, I can't wait. He's like, one of you trolling is going to get you niggas shot in the face. And boy, I can't wait. And it happened.
Of course, he went back and said it.
Yeah, he said
in a joking manner.
Joking manner, but when, like I said, you put stuff out, and especially on this podcast, exactly, we say stuff, especially if you put something out in that universe, it always just happens.
Right.
So,
but rest in peace to that young man's soul. 20 years is definitely
he didn't even
a young
make it
age.
to 21, bro. That's the crazy part.
Definitely condolences to his mother. And to all his loved ones. I mean, there's a wide range of outpour and outcry from the hip hop community. I mean, you got Trippie Redd, who of course
he had beef with him, didn't he?
No, Trippie Redd was his partner, his homeboy.
I thought they had beef.
Trippie Redd has beef with other cats supposedly. I don't know too much about it, but I know I learned about Trippie Redd through Triple X.
That's how.
But apparently today's Trippie Redd's birthday.
Damn.
So he's on social media. He's obviously not taking it well.
Well, obviously.
Kanye's come out. Juicy J's come out.
Pusha T.
Yeah, it's
like I said,
it's rough. I mean, he was part of the hip hop community, so
yeah.
It is what it is.
Yeah, man. Just God works in mysterious ways. God, the universe, all that shit works in mysterious ways. You put out what you put in.
Yeah. To go further with, we might as well just talk about. I mean, like I said, we had a rundown ready to go. We weren't going to get into Tekashi later, but we might as well just go into it now. Somebody go talk to that man. Tell his ass to go home. Stop playing these little fucking games. Like it's going to catch up with him. I mean, the fact he went out. He grabbed Chief Keef's baby mama, took her to Gucci, and then he's doing videos in Chicago, feeding the homeless, talking about the Chicago rappers don't take care of their own, so he has to come from New York and do it. Cut the shit out, dude. It's not fun and games. Like, this shit's serious.
It's never fun and games.
People are going to die over this. You know what I'm saying? And that's the thing. If it's not him, it's other people that are in the mix with this that are going to get hurt.
Like academics.
Yeah.
I know something's gonna happen to academics pretty because he's the one reporting it. He's gonna be like, no, like they could probably catch his ass coming out of the complex building or something and fuck him up because he's associated with him. Because again, like Joe Budden said, this dude Tekashi, he's built for it. Ak isn't.
Right? No, yeah, for sure.
And I just see how all this shit is going, especially with Tekashi. I tend just to ignore the shit he's doing because I'm going like, okay, something gonna happen to him. People's like, oh, it would have happened to him already. And I'm like, you're not getting it. He keeps knocking on the devil's door. He's gonna open up and say, come, you can get over here on some Scorpion shit,
right? And
take his soul with him. So I don't know. Like I said, it's summer right now. I still said last year something gonna happen to that boy. If he keeps continuing to do this shit. Something's gonna happen to him. I don't know if he's gonna die. I don't know if he's gonna get arrested, shot at, or something. But something's gonna happen to Tekashi. And I hate talking about that nigga the same way I hate talking about the whole ass nigga in office. So, yeah, old rainbow colored looking ass nigga.
Yeah.
Both of them.
I mean, yeah, like I said, this everybody's life has a purpose from beginning to end. Mm-hmm. No matter how beautiful or how evil or dramatic those endings are.
Yep.
So for a lot of people, allow Triple X's murder to be
a cautionary tale.
Yeah, something to really wake up about. You know what I mean? It's one thing when cats is talking about record, doing stuff on record. That we promote that. But anytime you start taking it off wax and you start doing activities that could get other people harmed, you wonder why there's old heads telling younger cats, chill with that because you don't know what's about to take place. Mm-hmm. We've seen it.
It's just music at the end of the day.
Right.
So there's a difference between just using music and shit like that. And there's a difference between playing a character in real life.
Right.
Kind of like Pac, pretty much. Pac didn't know how to do that. Or, I guess this would be a nice segue, Nicki's stupid ass Minaj. So, I guess there's another good subway. Because I said, we had a whole layout, but, that shit just got thrown out the fucking window. So Nicki Minaj released her new single called Rich Sex?
No,
we
Bed.
talked about it. Oh yeah, we talked about that last week. Dude.
Yeah.
Bed with Ariana Grande, and actually it's quite good.
I liked it. She's 1 for 7.
It's like
recently.
it's a free throw. That was like a layup.
I wouldn't call it a free throw.
It's a layup.
I mean, it is what it is. I personally enjoy Nicki when she goes the softer route and she actually vocalizes herself. Mm-hmm. It's a better fit for her. She's not playing into this Roman character or doing anything that she doesn't need to do. Mm-hmm. The song definitely fit. Ariana Grande's vocals, they contributed to the song. They pushed it forward.
Yeah.
There was enough for it to make me say this can at least go the distance for at least the summertime.
Yes. But will it help, Queen, the album?
Well, I mean, it's to be seen, but
Nope.
Not even 24 hours later. She goes on Twitter because
it was the article that came out before.
Right, the article at Elle magazine.
Yeah, and pretty much she said a lot of shit on there, but the main thing she did say was that she didn't know that her fan base there was girls out there legit prostituting their body or whatever or some shit like that, right?
Right.
She was saying some shit like that, and she was saying she pretty much was slut shaming women. Pretty much her fan base in a way like that, and I was just like, but don't you make music for these women?
Yeah, you're talking about strippers and Instagram prostitutes and you name it.
Yeah.
And what was wild was she says this, and then it's time to promote the single, and then her very next tweet after all this was,
oh, who got their dick appointment ready?
Who's gonna listen to Bed for the ladies? Who's gonna listen to Bed for the next dick appointment? And it's kind of like,
but
didn't you just?
It wasn't Uchi Wally, or was it one mic? Bitch, what are you talking about?
And somebody called her out on it.
Yeah, this one dude called her out on it and put up her lyrics. And Nicki's a basic ass female. And the thing basic females hate is when people call them out on their contradictions.
Right.
So if you throw their words back at them, they get angry. How I know this because I've seen it. It's happened to me quite a few times. And Nicki Minaj felt the type of way about it. So she went and attacked the old boy and said, bitch, suck my dick. What I meant to say is, there's a difference between my actual music and actually fucking and blah, 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 blah. She just went in on him and shit like that. You know how Nicki goes and shit like that. And then the dude said, hey, I'm standing my grounds. And if Queen Nicki fucking replies, her barbs have to come and attack him. And she pretty much said sick him. Mm-hmm. She told her fans to go sick him, and they were saying a whole bunch of shit, which even led to some of the barbs actually posting his address online. Yeah. And I was like, really?
Yeah.
And he's looking to pressing charges on Nicki for that because she just said it, and her fans just went crazy. So I don't know. Nicki's slowly. And another thing I noticed in that article is that she still says some slick shit to Cardi.
Yeah.
About Cardi, because they asked her about, what did they ask her? I don't know, Nicki was talking about how no one in New York is doing trap music no more or some shit like that. And the writer pretty much said flat out, you could say she's talking about Remy, But in reality, there's only one rapper out in New York that's still doing the trap sound, and that's Cardi. So she's trying to call her out on it. It's like, oh no, I was just talking about a hip hop artist. I wasn't talking about no one in particular.
Yeah, she kept doubling down. And the thing of it is
backing down. Double down is when she pretty much says double down. We be using that word out of grammar. Double down is pretty much.
She doubled down. She made a statement. The interviewer asked her about it, and then she retracted. She backed down. She backed away.
Retract.
Yeah. That's doubling down.
I thought doubling down means like you're still staying on your word.
No, doubling down is how that goes.
Whatever.
Yeah.
So, because I haven't seen the word get used a lot. I'm going like, but double down mean anyway. Yeah, she pretty much retracted the statement, trying to back up off it. And in reality, you could just tell she still feels the type of way about Nicki.
Right.
Not Nicki. Cardi's success.
The thing of it is that clearly the fan base that she had in the past, which was aimed at, strippers, the quote unquote the freaks that want to do
all that shit,
the threesomes and all that, and how Cardi has now made that her fan base. All of a sudden now
her fan base.
Yeah, so now all of a sudden now she's quote unquote higher than that and holier than thou. But we'll let you tell it. But
I mean, hey man.
Yeah. Like we said earlier, before everything kind of got sidetracked, there was a heavy week musically.
Yes, a lot of music came out.
Yeah.
Well, first it was just gonna be a regular. We thought we had an idea what was coming. We thought it was just gonna be Nas and J-Rock, but we're gonna start with J-Rock first.
Of course we are, because Nas made us wait, so we're gonna make Nas wait. And everybody that likes Nas and the fan, they're gonna have to wait. You're gonna have to wait. J-Rock dropped third LP, Redemption, and it's hard not to like this project. Came in a nice amount, 13 tracks, only 44 minutes in length.
44 minutes,
right? Features on there. He had Kendrick was obviously featured on the Wild Freestyle. He also co-wrote Tap Out with Jeremiah, which obviously that sounds like they're trying to gear that for radio. But then Kendrick also co-wrote, so obviously we know he co-wrote Win because his ad-libs are on the song.
Yeah.
And then of course we know that he co-wrote King's Dead because
I don't know why that song needed to be on the album. That should not have been on the album.
Did you hear how Rock was rapping on that?
Yeah, but at the same time,
you might want to take that. No, that's one of his hottest tracks. You might want to just take that and just add it on and take out the Killmonger part. I mean, you're hard pressed to find his rhyme. That was one of the.
It was a good one, but maybe should have just stayed on the soundtrack.
Nah, you
got me.
I mean, that verse. Man,
yeah, he was rapping his ass off.
With, what do you call it? Damn it, I'm drawing a blank right now from the Kendrick album.
Which Kendrick album?
The Good Kid, Mad City.
Money Trees?
Yeah, that verse is on par with that.
Yeah, really?
Oh yeah, for sure,
easily.
It's memorable. And then of course, Out of Sight, Out of Mind, with which features Cole, and then the backing vocals from Sir, and then the final feature is the title track Redemption, which features SZA.
You said J. Cole. You talked about J. Cole's verse, right? Feature?
No, I'm gonna get to that. I'm just talking about the features.
You said final feature. Well,
no, the final feature of the album was SZA.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Speaking of SZA,
I like that track though.
Oh yeah, for sure. We're gonna dive in. Speaking of SZA, Shixie just came out and said that her vocal cords are fine, no damage. And then Shixie went out last night, which was Sunday, June 17th. And she performed at the Delaware Firefly Festival.
Some people are kind of looking at her sideways for that. Because they were saying, how damaged were they? I don't know. I'm just saying, I just report.
Damage is damage. If you're not there and you don't know, then all you can do is speculate.
I'm just report. I'm just the messenger.
I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about the listeners.
Well, shit.
I mean,
y'all need to fucking listen.
You spoke on behalf of the people that possibly listen and the people on social media. So I spoke directly to those people.
Well, shit, people.
Production, yeah. Now, production-wise, you had Soundwave, Mike Will Made It, Terrace Martin, even Top Dog got down. Top Dog actually co-produced Tap Out.
Good for him.
With DK the Punisher. Boy Wonder showed up a couple times with vinyls. Hit Boy, Cardo, and then, of course, Teddy Walton, who did Love for Kendrick. I mean, there's not enough to say about the project. I really, really enjoy this project. I mean, you get East Side Tales. I mean, in the second verse, and what I loved about this was that he sounded very energetic. He sounded like, because of course this is the first album since the motorcycle accident. So it sounds like he realized he had a second chance at life altogether, not even just rap. So he came out with that energy. And then, of course, when you're dealing with TDE, when it comes to Rock or Q, of course, the gang affiliations, that's not what all their records are about. I mean, of course, it's front and center, but you got to dive deeper than that. I mean, you get to East Side Tales in the second verse, and we're talking, so we in the hood, let you wasters look grim. One time circling for colors of your skin. Black lives matter out here. No way. Cops get promotions while the family gotta pray. It's fucked up. Can't explain. Babies all in a dump truck. That's all about the money, man. Miss me with that Trump stuff. It's like, you know what I'm saying? I haven't heard him project like this in a while. Same thing with Out of Sight, Out of Mind. You see Cole on the record, you expect him to get outshined by Cole. He doesn't get outshined by Cole at all. In fact, what he does is he actually taps in to the time frame when he signs the Warner Brothers deal. And then starts discussing what took place after that and how pretty much everybody ran up and was feeding off of him. And then when it came time for Warner Brothers saying, we don't believe in you anymore, now you're stressing because cars getting repoed, women disappearing, money's getting low. And how he did it was awesome. No complaints with that.
Well, with me, I gotta let this shit grow on me. Because on first listen, so y'all giving me the crazy look. I don't know what it was, but something just wasn't like connecting with me a lot more. Maybe because you guys listen to J-Rock like since the beginning and shit like that. And 90059 was cool. Like I remember it was cool. That had to grow on me. But there was something about I kept listening. I listened to the album twice because there was so much music that dropped on this particular week. I was really trying to get into it, but it just, I don't know what it was. I just gotta let it grow on me. That's what I did with Blank Face when Schoolboy Q came out. I also did an Oxymoron. So with Redemption, it kind of just has to grow on me. That's just me.
Yeah, I feel that. I mean, I had to do the same thing with Book of Ryan. So, it's one of the things you just got to grow on you.
Yeah, especially I got to revisit some of the shit because I've been stuck on a lot of these albums. So, maybe within time.
Yeah. I mean, one other one I really liked, though, was Broke Plus or Minus. The piano on that, the way the drums hit, the tone of it, just everything about that record. And even the fact it was under 3 minutes, I was surprised with how much I really enjoyed that record. But with the album, I actually started thinking about the whole XXL Freshman 10 cover, considering that two of the members were on the cover, and they were on this album.
Triple X was on that shit too.
Well, yeah, he's actually the first one
that I know of that died. Huh?
Yeah,
shit.
He's on the XXL 17 cover. But looking back at that 10 cover, to me, I think that was the most hard-hitting cover as far as the group of MCs that they chose. You go back and look, J-Rock, Cole, Wiz Khalifa, Big Sean, Nipsey, Freddie Gibbs, Fashawn, OJ the Juice Man, Donis and Pill.
Donis? What the fuck happened to Donis and Pill?
Well, Pill, remember, we come to find out he wasn't even signed to MMG.
Yeah, they kicked him out. Whatever with Donis. That Donis just disappeared.
But I mean, that's the thing. You're going to get that with any draft class. When it comes to sports, when it comes to anything, there's going to be busts. It's how the elite of that class do. I mean, you talking about the elite of the elite.
OJ the Juice Man still around?
He's way in the background.
Okay.
But the upper tier, you got J. Cole, Wiz Khalifa, Big Sean, and Nipsey. Nipsey arguably released a top 5 project in hip hop altogether.
He still feels he has album of the year, but
Freddie Gibbs still does his thing. Wiz is his name's definitely his brand as a whole. He's out there.
He's everywhere.
Yeah, everywhere.
Right.
Everywhere.
We don't need to speak on J. Cole
or Big Sean.
And J Rock has his place. So I mean, overall,
Fashawn's still decent though.
Yeah, actually, Fashawn's still signed to Nas with Mass Appeal. I don't know why the hell they're not pushing him. And they've
instead of fucking Dave
Yeah, I still don't get that. But
I don't get that concept either.
Whatever.
We really do roast Dave East a lot on this show.
When you stand on stage with 13 niggas and they all got their phones out and you're more concerned with IG streaming instead of actually performing the damn songs, what you expect?
Yeah, and plus his raps are kind of just mediocre at best.
Right.
I really don't see the big deal in them at all now.
But I brought that up because the XXL Freshman 18 list came out.
Officially, because Academics leaked it.
Right.
Because he was mad his lover, Tekashi, wasn't on there.
Right. That leaked, or not leaked out, but it was finally released. I'm looking at it like...
I know none of them niggas.
There's only one person... Yeah, there's only one person on here. And of course, that's JID who...
I knew Trippie Red, though.
Hey, YBN Namir, That
Yeah,
dude, yeah, he's got bars, man. I fuck
Okay.
with him. Yeah.
Really?
Wi-Fi's funeral ain't bad neither.
Okay.
Other than that, I can't even say much.
Well, I know Stefflon Don's from London.
Really?
Yeah, she's been on a lot of records.
Her.
Yeah,
I've heard of her. I've seen her around.
Yeah,
I've not
she's-
seen her around, but you know, I've
she
seen
actually
her
had a
name.
cool single that dropped just recently.
That's why they put her on there.
I mean, they gotta put somebody on there.
I saw
They
some.
always try to put a female on there.
Right.
I remember. I know a female, but Rich the Kid was supposed to be on this shit.
Yeah.
But apparently, according to what Vanessa, like the editor-in-chief of XXL, she interviewed with Breakfast Club and said, yeah, he was going to show up because, you know, he kind of has a buzz for himself.
Right.
So he showed up, and I guess he had some list of demands for people, and he said, one of the things he said was that he wanted one of his boys to be on there. I forgot one of his affiliates, and they were like, no. So then he was like, okay, well, how about you just put me on a throne and I'll be looking down at all the freshmen people like they're my peasants. And they're like, what? No, fuck is wrong with you?
What kind of shit is that?
My man's album was garbage to even be considered to do
Your,
some
boy,
shit
your
like that.
man's album? That's what you just said?
Yeah, like figuratively speaking, like my man's is like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, just making sure.
Yeah, nah, my man's
Your
his
boy.
shit was not popping like that to even have
try
that.
to get me to listen to that trash. And I was like, this shit is trash. And you're like, yeah, I know.
Yeah, I wasn't excited about it.
Yeah,
It
I
was
wasn't
just something that
excited
came
about
out, and I'm like, okay, well, if he's expected to be on this list or his name's out there, I mean, let's
Yeah, you
might as well.
gotta be informed.
Right.
We should
I wasn't
be,
looking. It wasn't like I was looking, pressing you like, you gotta listen to this shit. It's just fire. I knew it wasn't gonna be good, but still, you know, you gotta see what you can find.
I mean, I'll listen just to see. Okay, let's see how this attracts the people. And I'm like, I don't know, what did Kendrick see in him?
Money.
He saw an outlet, man. To
Huh?
reach
Yeah.
the youth. Like, I mean, that's realistically all it could be, in my opinion.
I
Like, Rich the
know.
Kid's cool.
I mean, if you could double up with saying the same words on different tracks, I mean,
Yeah, true.
Yeah, and he put it on a song that's actually worthy, but
right, with the Black Panther soundtrack.
Mm-hmm.
But so we go down the list. So you got, of course, we said GID from Atlanta.
like we didn't go on.
Ski Mask the Slump God from Fort Lauderdale.
He's actually kind of is a smoke perp or a ski mask. Ski mask some god. Yeah, he's kind of low key, kind of decent with a capital
right.
K.
I would never imagine, considering he has the same facial tattoos like everybody else. So
literally.
Lil Pump, of course, and Smoke Perp, both from Miami. Of course, I said Stefflon Don. Blockboy JB from Memphis. The only reason why I can even think that he's on here is because of the guest verse by Drake and the affiliation of Memphis.
Just, I don't know.
And he signed to OVO. I mean, that's...
He's not signed to
He's
OVO.
not? I
No,
could've
he
sworn
doesn't
he
sign.
was. No?
Drake does not sign
Oh,
no
man.
rappers to OVO because he.
That's why it's shocking. That's what we're trying to figure out.
Yeah, he never. Because Drake just goes on SoundCloud and just looks for certain rappers to, to not Thanos. What's the word when you observe like Kirby? Just absorb their powers.
Morgan Freeman's him.
Rogue.
No, Rogue or some
Rogue.
shit. He just absorbs their powers so he can go and try to stay relevant.
Yeah.
So we'll get to his ass in a bit.
YBN Amir is Martin said out of Birmingham. Wi-Fi's funeral out of West Palm Beach. Trippie Redd made the cover. He's out of Canton. And then I guess they had Lil Skies from Waynesboro. Initially he was on, but then he backed out last minute, which is why there's only 9 of them on the cover. And of course we get back to Rich the Kid. So Rich the Kid, obviously he's not involved. Well, he was involved with something. Again, I don't know what's in the air.
The universe is getting after fuckboys, bro.
Apparently, because over the weekend he was robbed at gunpoint at his girlfriend's home. And the only thing I took away from that was he's got a mole in the crib, and it's probably the girlfriend. How the hell did they get into the girlfriend's crib?
Universe.
How do you know he's there?
The universe is coming after fuckboys. That's all I can say.
So I mean, again, that's the situation. There's not much to comment on in terms of making fun of that. I wish him the best. Prayers up for his health. You never want to see anybody get put in that situation, but man,
You get what you asked for.
well. On a lighter note, though,
A lot of birthdays this weekend.
yeah, and considering we always say everything comes in threes, God knew what he was doing when it came to these 3 days for the
Literally.
West Coast.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, June 15th, we celebrated Ice Cube's 49th birthday.
He's 49. He don't even look 49. He looks at least 32 or 35 at least.
Yeah, he'll be 50 next year.
Shit. We old.
Damn.
Yeah.
And it was Pac's birthday. He would have been 47.
All right, on June 16th.
Yep, we're going to get to that date in a minute. And on the 17th was Kendrick Lamar's 31st birthday. King Kendrick, Pulitzer Prize, Grammy Award winning, Obama's favorite rapper, Kendrick Lamar,
Yeah.
or Duckworth Lamar.
I mean, you just talk about 3 pioneers. Because Kendrick at this point is a pioneer for this new generation.
At this point. He now is the newly renamed two-headed monster.
Right. I mean, you get those three. I mean, you even get them in the same month, and you're kind of like, wow, June's a month. You get them in all, just so happen all of them in the weekend.
All Geminis. Yeah.
There's nothing but classic records between those three.
Yeah.
It's incredible.
It was Kanye's birthday last week, too.
The 8th, right?
Huh? Yeah.
Yeah, because...
he turned 41.
And then, obviously, Kids See Ghosts
dropped on his birthday. Same time, yeah.
Right.
Damn, that was last week. Damn. In hip-hop, those days feel like forever. Last week feels like last month.
I gotta say... For everybody that keeps coming up to me and tagging me in posts, whether it be on Facebook or Twitter, I don't know how you can say hip-hop ain't dead, man. It just ain't what it is. I mean, for the month of June alone, if it ain't if we could even push back one extra week from May just to include the Push and Drake beef.
Yes.
If this ain't entertaining to y'all, I don't know what the fuck's entertaining to y'all. Because hip-hop has not been in a better place than it's been
all within
right now.
We still got 2 weeks left.
We still got a whole summer left. Summer hasn't even started yet. It starts this week.
Aubrey hasn't dropped his album yet.
2 more weeks.
Yeah, well, we get to that in a bit.
Yeah.
We keep saying that.
Right. Let's see what else is over here. Okay. There's a prop to split California into 3 different states.
Fucking stupid. It ain't gonna happen.
But you know why they're doing that, right?
Oh yeah, so they can get more votes for the whole ass
Republicans. Right.
So I don't even call them Republicans with the shit that's going on in Mexico right now. Fuck them niggas.
Right. So you basically, in this proposition, you would basically have Northern California,
Sacramento.
Yeah, obviously everything in California up until, where's this showing? I want to say up until you get towards around the Fresno area. And then you get the outskirts and more of the mid-region going all the way towards San Diego. That would be considered Southern California. And then everything that's more on the coast of the Pacific Ocean, that's just California. So we're talking about LA County, San Benito, San Luis Obispo, Santa Barbara, and Ventura.
Anyway, so pretty much they're having this vote coming out in November. And I don't know how it got that far, but... this is not going to win, because if this happens, then the Republicans have more votes or whatever. So,
well, truth be told, it's not the first time we've seen this. I think they actually put it on another ballot.
They tried, and it never got passed. Now it's actually
now it's been passed.
It's been passed, and now for the midterm elections, which is in my opinion, the most important election next to 2020. Y'all need to go out there and vote. And this ain't this. Like I said, if you see what's been going on in Mexico at the borders and children getting snatched away from their kids for like thousands of them in cages and shit, this is some real life shit, man. At the end of the day, it's not about politics. It's about what's good and what's evil. So you better vote for the good side. Because if you on the fence, you one of them niggas.
Yeah.
You one of them hoe ass niggas. It ain't about Bernie. Bernie better not run again. I'm sorry, that nigga too damn old. He just needs to just kick back and just let everything work. Because of any reason, he's the reason why we have that hoe ass nigga in office right now.
No, he's not the reason.
Yes, he is. We're not gonna get into that, but yeah, we can get to that. That's another conversation. But anyway, y'all need to go out and vote. There ain't no politics in this bitch. So Jacquees, the lone. Well, it's just him now. I guess because Wayne's gone.
Nope. Every time Drake drops music video, at the end of that video, it's cash money.
I know. It's Jacquees, Drake, and Nicki. But Jacquees did an interview saying that Birdman hit him up and said that Lil Wayne is still cash money.
I would think that if that was the case, then that means they released the Carter 5 from... It's no longer a part of Cash Money.
Well, I don't know
you know what I'm saying?
I don't know what these reports are saying. They're saying Lil Wayne's no longer a part of it. So
right. So I mean, that's the only logic I could explain as far as why he would say that is, yeah, he got his money. Maybe it wasn't that he's free. Maybe it's just his artwork and his art form under that label is now free. Yeah, which would make sense.
But by blood, you Cash Money, playboy.
Right.
For life.
I mean, he does got BMJR on his tatted right there on the arm.
Man,
so
you could get that shit removed.
Or he just get covered up like he's covered up everything else.
Seriously. Can you imagine when Lil Wayne turns if God willing, he gets to 50 and you see all those tats on him? That's gonna be a scary sight.
What's the front man for Aerosmith?
Steven Tyler.
Steven Tyler did not age well, man.
At all, man.
The lean is gonna catch up with Wayne. It's already creeping in if you've seen him. It's creeping in. Black don't crack, but it's sure as hell seeping through on Wayne. But yeah, back to Jacquees. He goes ahead and he drops his debut album. Because apparently he's just been dropping projects. I didn't know this was his debut. But he goes and drops 4275, which is the address of his home growing up. I gotta say, 18 tracks, just a little bit over an hour long. I haven't felt good about an R&B project this lengthy.
I felt
since Trey Songz dropped already.
I felt it was long, but it was just like it got to the point where it was cool in the first half, but then I just felt everything kind of sounded the same, so I kind of stopped it at first. Then when I went back and revisited the second half, I was like, okay, this is pretty damn decent, but I don't know. That's just you.
Yeah, no,
it was just me.
The thing was for me when it got towards the second half, the songs actually became stronger. So. Of course, on this album, he's got Chris Brown, Trey Songz, Young Thug, Jagged Edge, Dej Loaf, and Latasha Scott. And then, of course, the opening track has, who else? Mr. Hand Rub himself, Birdman. But then out of nowhere, Jermaine Dupri pops up, and I'm like, okay. That's JD knows what he's doing when it comes to R&B. And that would actually make sense on the Jagged Edge connection. And then, I think 2 tracks later, Donnell Jones actually makes a vocal appearance. I'm like, wait, he's got Donnell Jones on this. Okay, so... what's going on? And then actually, that was a good song. I Know Better. It's actually one of my favorites on there. Production-wise, he's got his main cat that handles his tracks, Nash B. His cat, Murphy Kid, DJ Spins, Mbang, Denzel, Ayuk Okada. And the only reason why I'll bring him up, and I don't mean to disrespect the pronunciation of his name, I bring him up because he produced my favorite track on this album, which was Inside, featuring Trey Songz. That joint is a baby maker. Be careful, ladies and gentlemen. It's already hot out here and you're already wearing less clothes. Be safe when that song comes on.
Yeah, wrap it up.
That's all I got. Be safe.
What the hell's
Don't
that from?
get caught up.
What's that from?
Be safe. I don't know. It's probably from one of the Madea movies.
Alright.
Actually, yeah, it was. The old grandpa. When they tried staying over at the crib and he goes, get out. Just don't stay, get out.
Thought you hated Madea movies.
Yeah, but I also like 3 of them.
Which
that happened
ones?
to be one of them. The one that had what's her face from
That's exactly what every Madea movie
Cosby,
is.
the Cosby Show. What was the one where they went to jail? Madea goes to jail. Who the other one? The second one that they did. Not the first. Not
Meet the Browns.
No, not Diary of a Mad Black Woman, but whatever the second film that they did was. I was like, well, that's decent.
Daddy. What's it called? Father. Was it Idris Elba?
That might have been it. I'm not sure. But then there was one more where I was like, okay, it works. Then you got the Beat Freaks, which did the track that features Chris Brown, which is All My Life. And that was a good one. And then there was another one that I really enjoyed because, like I said, you can get to the second half. It's really damn good. The one I liked the second most was Play the Field. That was a good counterbalance to what the tracks were leading up to at that point, which was, a lot of the freaky songs, a lot of the Mr. Steal Your Girl type tracks, whatever. You got that one, and I was like, that is dope. And basically what the content matter is I'm done playing the field. I don't want nobody else but you. The vibe was very 90s. I appreciated it, and I'm very thoroughly impressed with this offering by Jacquees.
Yeah, it was. First half was decent. To me, it was decent. Then after that, like I said, it felt a little damn too long. So, but again, that's just to me. To you, you saw it differently, but
Yeah, I mean, the thing of it is I could understand how that comes across because the last few months we've been dealing with albums that are that lengthy. So when you go on off of what we heard in the past, when you see those track lists and you're like, damn, another one. You know what I mean? Like, eventually it starts wearing on you. Exactly. So exactly, when I saw 18 tracks for this, I was like, I don't know. Yeah. But I felt very comfortable with it going halfway through. I was
think
like, cool.
7 to 9 songs is going to be the new form now. Because speaking of 7 songs, finally...
Well, before we get to there.
Okay.
You think Jacquees is a cat that would wear Nigga Nova?
Probably.
You think he would actually buy what came out? As trash as that shit was?
Yeah, he looks like the type that would wear it. I mean, he is with Cash Money, and he calls...
Any of y'all cats that went out there and bought Fashion Nova for men, y'all niggas is trash. Y'all garbage.
Pretty much. Hey, man.
I saw them clothes, and I was like... Was the Meme King was one of them?
I saw this shit. I saw this shit coming down my timeline. And you should know how I am. I'll see it and I'll keep scrolling. This is stupid, and I just kept scrolling. So I just hate looking at stupidity.
They had that. They had the pants where they had two different camo colors. So one was the traditional camo, and the other one was like the gray colored camo. And then, of course,
I seen that on Instagram. I thought it was bullshit.
No, that was real. And then what made it even more funny was some girl was like, I know a whole bunch of Q dogs that are about to invest in this. And then when you actually look at the description of the pants, it also says, also comes in purple and gold. And I was like, they made that shit strictly for the Q dogs to wear at the probates. You gotta be kidding me. And yeah, I was going through and saw that, and I'm like, y'all really gonna cash out all that money for this? And I'm like, that's why I stick to Russells and Champs. But then I go and look at Champs and these damn hype beasts. They gonna propel the price up like for a Champs jacket. It's not like $110.
See, I don't even know why you went really deep into this shit, man. Because that shit is just trash, period.
For Champs, for stuff we wore when we were younger that you could get at Walmart. Yeah. No, it's like jacket's $110 now.
Wait, you talking about Champion? You mean
Champion?
Oh my god,
Champion.
That's ridiculous, dude.
Yeah.
That is free.
Champion.
See, that's why I buy my shit at Burlington's, man.
Like,
I'm just saying, y'all need to go to Burlington's, man. That's like the best shit.
Next
in the
thing you
world.
know, they're gonna bring back Fubu, and Fubu gonna be $150 per jersey.
Oh, I believe that. I believe that. People are like kind of shouting them out a lot more now recently. Everyone has that nostalgia feel.
Damn,
I mean, they kind of are coming. They kind of are coming back. I think.
I saw the price tag of that. I was like, I can't believe that.
Hey man, those only for hype beasts, man. These are the same people that pay like $1,000 for a Yeezy shirt. It was just a plain white shirt.
Or like those Supreme shirts with just a red bar across. I mean, come on, man.
Why do people wear that?
For that?
Why?
Nah, I'm cool.
Why do people wear this shit just for what? Just to take pictures and stunt or
Status, man.
Or
I never got the. I never understood. I never understood status when it came to clothes like that. Like,
see, Martine just stared at me right now because I was about to use the C word, the clout, but he doesn't like that word, so I've been trying to find other
That
words.
shit is just so overdone, man.
You should have saw the look on my. You should have saw the look on his face. He was like,
when I was getting ready, I'm speaking. I look at his face. I'm like, what the fuck did I say? I didn't say anything yet.
Oh no! Side note: you should have saw what Martine did at Chili's, man. Man, he was about to get it. We about to get the check. He gave the cash to the waitress. He's like, okay, here's your change.
Comes with the territory, man.
He just says, "Fuck, what did you say?" He's like, I didn't ask for no damn change.
No, I was like, I didn't need that, but because
the way you
dude,
said
I
it.
swear I told her that I didn't need the change.
I don't think you did.
So I know I didn't. I realized it afterwards.
Came back with what, like $8 and some change or whatever. You're like, oh, I don't need this.
I don't need this.
It was like $3, man.
It was not $3. I saw a 5 in there. I saw a 5 in there.
It was
You
$4.
handed her 20.
No, there was ones. There was ones in there. I was right there.
It was like $3.
You handed her 20 and your meal was like 13.
No, it was like 16.
Yeah, there was ones in there, bro.
Yeah.
I saw it. I was right there. But it was
Either
just
way,
the
you
said it.
threw it back.
That shit sounded funny as fuck. But once
Yeah.
I realized what was
Because
going
we
on,
were
I
in
was like, oh shit,
mid-conversation.
hold up. This was stupid.
Me and you were like in mid conversation. You were like, wait a minute, I don't need this. Fucking peasant. Fuck out of here, you
Hey,
waitress.
she was cool about it though.
Yeah,
She had a good sense of humor.
That shit was
I mean,
cool.
it was a good tip.
Right.
Yeah. So, speaking of tips, yeah, but y'all fucking hype beast niggas, man. Don't ever wear that shit around us. Anyway,
See, got you want to say something else.
but that was it. So now we can talk about the album I want to talk about that I was waiting for.
Well, before we talk about it, let's talk
Nigga.
about the lead up into it.
That's what I'm gonna go into.
Yeah,
it.
so we ain't talking about the album yet. But
Yeah,
hold on,
I'm
let's-
talking about the lead up
Yeah.
to the album.
Yeah, let's
so
talk
let
about
me
that.
talk about
Yeah.
that. I'm gonna get into it.
Go ahead and talk about that.
Nigga, because you the one that was hype. You were more hyped for it than I was. I told your ass to be patient. I told you, because you should have learned your lesson from the life of Pablo.
I was most hyped with
When
J-Rock.
Kanye,
I was most hyped about J-Rock, and I
you
said
were
it
more
on
hyped
air.
for Nas.
I said it on air.
No, you were hyped for Nas.
can
'cause
go back
were
and
mad.
listen to it.
No, because you were mad because he wasn't dropping. Like, I don't care about Nas.
You can go back and listen to it. I said it on the episode.
When Nas album dead. Nas album done came out, and you got mad that
We've
Lonzo.
been done before that. We knew these two albums were dropping this last
I'm
weekend.
talking about the past. What was going
And
on?
I made that perfectly clear on here.
I know, but I'm just saying. But then
I
when
was
it
talking
came,
about going into this weekend.
I know.
I was more excited for J-Rock. So when it came time for me listening to J-Rock, I'd listened to him 5 times already.
Because it leaked.
Right, so I had gotten...
You legally stole money from J-Rock.
And then I bought the album. So what are you telling me? I got the package ready to come home. Bought the digital, bought the T-shirt.
But you could have
may even go back and get the vinyl later.
Man, y'all delaying more than Nas, man. Shit.
I'm just trying to get to the point when he kept interrupting me. Shit.
And then you interrupted back. So
anyway, like I was saying, NASIR, that's what the album was called. Before the time period, we did not know what the album was going to be called. We didn't know, but we knew the Nas album was coming. And then on Thursday, we thought it was just going to be called NASIR, with a picture of kids with their hands up, black kids with their hands up and shit.
It was Wednesday.
It was Thursday. That's when the shit was, the listening session happened. It was on Thursday.
No, but I thought he announced the cover and the...
Nope, that all came on Thursday.
Right,
everything came on Thursday. So I was like, okay, NASIR. And we saw the album cover, and I was like, oh, okay. So they had a nice little listening session in Queensbridge with Kanye and Kim and all hype beasts in the world listening to this shit. And I didn't listen to the listening session. Like, did you watch the listening session?
I wasn't available.
Yeah, me neither.
I
listened to some parts of it, and I was like, okay, this sounds dope. So I'm just going to... And after that, I knew what was going to happen. There was going to be a delay that Friday. I knew there was going to be a delay. So I was just like, let's just kick back. So Friday morning came, and usually with these good drops, with, the good music drops and shit, everything comes on Tidal within our time, like between, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock? Like, when did Ye go on, on Apple?
Ye was out by 7:48 in the morning. It was before 8.
Yeah, okay. And then Pusha came on time.
Pusha was on time. Shit, that shit was right before it even hit midnight.
Yeah. And Pusha was on time. Kids See Drugs was like...
Kids See Ghosts.
Oh my God, I keep saying Kids See Drugs.
Get that right once?
I'm going to say Kids See Drugs now. So Kids
I better not see that album on the top of your list, considering how many fucked up you keep...
I'm going to call it Kids See Drugs now. Kids See Ghosts came out when? It's around the same time period.
Just before 9 in the morning.
So, Jay-Z was like, I'm going to clear up my schedule. I'm going to listen to this J-Rock album. Now, let me say what you told me, and then you can retort.
Because I thought...
You can retort as soon as I'm done. You hit me going I'm going to clear up my schedule for Nas. So I'm going to listen to all the J-Rock and all the other albums so I can really focus on this Nas album. Am I correct?
No.
Yes, that's what you text me. That's what you text me.
What I had said was... I'm going to clear my schedule up because I think I can make it back in time to hit the listening session. And at that point, when I realized I wasn't going to be back in time, I was like, okay, I'll just catch you in the morning. But
when J-Rock's album leaked, you said you were going to listen to J-Rock's album just so you could listen to Nas's album. Am I correct?
What I had said was yes at that time because there was going to be the listening session. I knew his album wasn't going to come out at night. I knew they were doing whatever they're going to do.
Yeah,
but I was anticipating hitting the listening session. It wasn't until a couple hours later after I had texted you that something had occurred in the family where I wasn't going to be able to do it.
Something occurred in the family.
I had a family situation I had to take care of.
You didn't tell me that part.
Well, see, How do you feel now? Yeah.
Now I feel like an asshole.
Exactly.
Because I was watching Incredibles too, which is a good album. But I'll get to that. So anyway, the album came out. The listening session came out. I watched some of it, and they put it up on the Mass Appeal YouTube stream and shit. And when I was listening, I was like... Of course, we don't get the track list or none, which really pisses me off when Kanye does that shit. But I was like, what I was hearing, I was like, okay, beat wise is cool. Nas is cool, but I gotta really get my headphones and really, really listen to it and shit. And of course, people had the fucking rips from the stream with no damn track names, probably just guessing on names and shit, like whatever.
Right.
So next morning came, no album. J.C. texted me. He's like, oh, this is some bullshit. I'm gonna make Jacquees drop their shit. I'm gonna make Nas can wait. I was like, dude, you know how this is gonna go. I'm already equipped to how Kanye works. After The Life of Pablo, I got mad because it was like, what the fuck, he had me waiting. And then I was like, okay, this is how this nigga works. This is how he operates. So this album probably ain't gonna come till Saturday or whatever. It was still Friday, but throughout the day.
I would have been equipped with that had the previous 3 releases not been at least on time or at least dropped by 9 a.m. on time.
I knew one of these albums was going to be late.
But I had a feeling something was going to go awry when the album was out or he was doing the listening party and then it goes to Big Sean's damn Instagram story.
And Diddy is recording vocals.
Yeah, and they're recording vocals for the album. And I'm like... So they're listening to an unfinished product.
Wait, so this happened during the listening session?
Yes.
Big Sean was because they were at Khaled's crib.
Okay.
And they were in the studio, and so then you're just thinking, oh, wow, so Khaled, him, and Puff, they're doing a record. Until it goes to Puff, and he goes, they in the listening session listening, and I still got to do my vocals. And it's like,
What?
Wait, what?
The album's coming out at midnight.
I was like, wait, when did you post this?
What?
And it had just been within the last 30 minutes of them in the listening session. So now I'm looking at it like,
that's
okay.
when you text me.
Right, so then that's when I hit him and I'm like, this better be set up by 9 because again, I had adjusted my whole Thursday thinking that it was gonna go towards Nas because for 2 fucking years he kept us waiting after he dropped a fucking song called Nas Album Done on a DJ Khaled fucking record. And you see me getting animated right now because it's pissing me off as I go back and think about this shit again.
Hey doggy, you mad? You mad? That's why. So then I'm waiting, and then I'm at the movies watching Superfly. Jay-Z texts me, "Fuck Nas and Kanye." I just said, "You can listen to the stream." He's like, "No, it's not done yet."
No, that's what I said. I was like, "Why the hell am I gonna listen to the stream when Puff just said it wasn't even on?" Like, well, I got Puff vocals on. I want to hear Puff vocals. I want to tell Puff about how shitty my life is, okay? Compared to him, all right? I'm never going to be a bad boy for like, I want to hear that. Why am I going to hear a Nas record like, why am I going to get some ice cream when I know the toppings are over there?
Hey, doggy, you mad?
Damn right I was mad.
So, I was calm. I'm patient. I kept telling him to be patient. It's going to come when it comes. I told my timeline, you all need to be patient. But then I started noticing the time, and I was like, okay, this is getting kind of late. This is kind of looking spooky right now for you, Nas. You better hurry the fuck up. And then his manager said, by the end of Friday, midnight tonight, it's coming out in big capital letters. I'm like, okay.
So he says that, and then Mike Dean also, without saying anything, Mike Dean's just like, yeah, I've had 7 hours of sleep in the last 2 days. I'm like, well, shit, this shit may not even come out until Sunday now.
So you were just like, man, fuck this. Da-da-da-da-da. So then...
Oh, yeah, no, I went on a little, 5-hour Nas slander. For sure.
You, damn.
For sure I did.
Nas really made you mad.
Yeah.
Damn. Is it because of that prediction you made like 2 years ago saying
you
he
know
was
it is. I'm like screaming, hey, baby. When nothing goes the way I predicted it, it ain't my fault. It's your fault for the way that it went bad.
No accountability.
Nah, it ain't my fault. You messed it up and made me look. I'm like my baby. You know what I'm saying? You made me look stupid in these streets.
Hey, I made myself look stupid when I said Drake was going to struggle for a hit. But you don't see me being mad, do you?
Well, you tried putting the damn songs on the list.
Hey, man, I
don't operate like that.
I don't put I'm upset on there.
I got light skin privilege. I can run and not be accountable for my actions.
Stupid. Anyway, so then after that, JC hits me up really calm and said the album's out. With a picture of Yoda listening to the thing.
No, so I hit you up, the album's out, and you go, you happy? And all I did was I sent you the picture of the gif of Yoda just listening with the headphones like, shut up and leave me alone.
like a female that's hungry and acts all crazy. That was JC.
Yeah, so
that build-up was better than the actual album.
Yeah. So of course, NASIR's his first record 6 years since Life Is Good was dropped, 2012.
Damn, in my opinion, I love Life Is Good.
Liked it.
People called me crazy when I called it a classic because in my opinion, it's his last classic.
I wouldn't go as far as saying that. Very, very strong record, though.
It is a classic to me,
very,
man.
very strong record.
Because he said everything. It was him at his rawest form, besides Summer on Smash.
Well, at that point, we're thinking, where else can he go from here? Because there's nothing that needs to be said. And then after that, he gets the endorsement with Hennessy. The Fila ads come out.
He didn't even need to rap no more, to be honest.
Exactly.
He could do features.
So,
that's what he did.
Right. So, of course, this is the first album since then. Mm-hmm. And then, of course, he has the deal with Mass Appeal. Mm-hmm. So we end up finding out that he actually got a distribution deal with Universal Music Group. Mm-hmm. So now Mass Appeal is going to be taking care of that. And then they're also bringing back old releases, I think, from Run the Jewels. And then there's a few more acts that had previously dropped on the label. They're actually going to, the catalog's following them with it.
Who else is on Mass Appeal? I know.
So you got Sean Davies, Nas.
Oh, damn, them niggas. Okay.
And I don't know anybody out that. But before Nas took it over, Run the Jewels was on there. Mm-hmm. And then was part of the Fool's Gold deal and all that. So this album was actually a part of that, and then I think contractually it's his final album for Def Jam.
Def Jam, yes it is.
So it came out on all three.
Yes it is. So, yes it is.
And then of course, obviously, this is a part of the Wyoming sessions. Mm-hmm. So the 5 album drops. So of course, Kanye is
Good Friday.
So of course, Kanye is lead producer. Of course, Mike Dean shows up. And there's a few other.
It was pretty much all produced by Kanye. All produced by Kanye and Mike Dean and his people.
And then, as we said, Puff was recording vocals. We later find out that was the opening track for him to just talk like it was Hate Me Now.
Yeah.
Kanye actually showed up on like 2 or 3 tracks.
Once. Oh, yeah. With either as the hook or rapping. Yep.
The Dream was on 2 tracks.
And the
great Tony Williams was on here.
And 70s Shake. I gotta look up her music. Is she pretty dope?
She sounds good on these records.
But have you like actually?
I've never heard of her before these
because
records.
Because apparently she's like Yes Jules manager or some shit. So I don't know how to feel about that.
Right, but she sounds great on these records. So I'll give her. I'll go check out some music. We'll see.
So before you go into your shit, before something else came out that we'll get into.
Yeah.
The album was growing on me. At first I was really just trying to zone out to the beats and shit like that because production wise, it's Kanye fucking West. I mean, what can you say? Nas was spitting. He opened it up with Not For Radio and shit. But before we go in, you put this on the notes and shit, and I'm still kind of iffy on it, even though Kanye tweeted it too. But you feel every track represented the seven deadly sins?
I was going through researching just to get some, not sound bites, but just get some lyrics. The consistent I kept seeing was that 7 deadly sins, 7 deadly sins. So then when I went and reread the lyrics of each one, that's when I was like, okay, that actually correlates. There's some correlation here. So to run down the track list real quick, if we're going off of that, Not For Radio is Pride. Cop Shot the Kid is Wrath. White Label is Gluttony. Bonjour is Lust. Everything is Greed, which definitely makes sense when you touch into the subject matter. Yeah. And then you got Adam and Eve, which is Sloth and Lazy. And then finally Simple Things, which is Envy. So again, I didn't necessarily think of that, and I wasn't thinking that until I was actually going back, and I had to go back and re-look at the lyrics and the tone, and I was like, wow, this actually does match. Even if it's the case where Kanye was just talking out of his ass, this is kind of too much of a coincidence because all these really do add up. And that kind of would explain why there's this format of the track list is different from the still frame that we got from Kanye earlier this week.
That's why I never trust any track list as Kanye posts now. We just know their songs. Because the last song on there was supposed to be called I Can Explain, which people thought he was going to talk about the whole Khalees shit. But you know Kanye, his bipolarism, he just switches the shit up. That's probably why it took so damn long for this album to come out, because he just kept changing his damn mind.
Everybody kept making fun of Nas at his age, just
because he know how to upload the. Hey,
I've seen those memes too, man.
And the thing was, like, I can see that because Nas is old as hell.
Yeah. How do I upload this shit, man?
Yo, yeah. How you upload this shit? I'm on Spotify now. What?
Sad part is they included I Am Sue in that because he was having trouble uploading to SoundCloud.
Yeah. That's right. That's right.
But Not For Radio, man, I was with the beat. Kanye got that from a Michael Jackson trailer, people. If you want to know the trailer, it's Michael Jackson's History trailer. Look that up. When Michael's walking with a parade with a whole sea of people and he unveils that damn, that big old statue of himself, which is still the most ballingest shit.
I mean, he's talking about black Kemet gods, black Egyptian gods.
I mean,
like, come on.
Come on. Just that trailer alone. Like, it's the most ballsiest troll video of all time.
Yeah.
Who does that? Michael Jackson does. That's who.
And then, anyway. The thing was I was glad I didn't listen to the listening session version.
Oh yeah, because he put that shit on shuffle. He put it on shuffle. That's what Kanye did.
Well, that and they're just hearing that. I would have been pissed off listening to that and then listening to the version with Puff. Because Puff brought that shit to life. Definitely. And that's the consistent when it comes to Puff, which is I don't need necessarily an album, but when I saw Puff on Nipsey's album and then heard in the context, I was like, that was very much needed. So then you see that knowing exactly what's about to take place, because you see 7 tracks, you know Nas is about to get off on all 7. He doesn't need time he doesn't have time for the features. So to see that, I'm like, Puff's gonna talk his shit.
Yep.
Very glad I did not go to the listening session first.
Especially that last part when he said, we see that bitch in your eyes. I mean, I want that on a shirt.
Yeah, it's gotta be on a hoodie. Gotta be on a hoodie.
We see the bitch in your eyes, because he was pretty much talking about how white folks are trying to get rid of us and all this other shit, and because we're, we black, y'all.
Right.
We black, y'all. We blackity black when black, y'all. That's like some black excellence shit. That song, Not For The Radio, really is not for the radio. That is black excellence in its highest form. Nas was rapping like how Nas always does. Even talking about saying shit about Fox News being owned by a black dude and shit like that in the opening. You gotta do your Googles on that, and I don't lie.
Progress was made because we forced the proclamation. SWAT was created to stop the Panthers. Clocks were created for murder enhancement.
I mean, shit. That's
I was talking this shit the whole way behind that, man. It was a beautiful thing.
That was 70 Shake, and I think they scared of us.
Yes.
Like, just everything about that one. That was an epic record.
It was.
Nice opener.
Now, cops shot the kid. See, everyone didn't like the what's it called? Shut up! Don't tell me his name. Slick Rick sample. You know, you didn't like it.
No. I'm saying I disagree. I disagree with them.
hard.
I was like, I disagree with them. I don't know what the hell they heard.
Okay. Because they don't like
What the three of us heard.
Yeah.
Because I remember I heard cops shot the kid. Cops shot the kid. Cops shot. I was like, ooh, no, the Richard Pryor opener.
Yeah.
That was dope. That was real dope.
And the scream at the end to just get it into it was
Yeah, how Kanye flipped that shit. I was like, okay, that's the Kanye I know.
But this needs to be said. Kanye can't mix for shit.
Kanye can't mix.
I know you heard it.
Yeah.
When it came time from the switch from Nas to Kanye's vocals, the levels were all the way fucked up.
You know he's gonna probably fix it.
Oh yeah, because I mean these are live albums,
Right.
You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
these albums are like software. He's just gonna update them.
Right.
of
No,
course.
it has to go without saying.
And I think
Kanye can't mix for shit.
And I think Kanye. No, I don't think Kanye mixed. I think Mike Dean mixed the shit. Because you know
Whoever did that shit, man.
Mike Dean mixed the shit.
Well, I think Mike Dean came in and just mastered it at that point. I think at that point when it was going late, Kanye was the one's like, all right, we gotta get this done. Mike Dean obviously saying he's going off for 7 hours of sleep. He's probably just came and was like, I'm mastering it. Let's get it done. I'm going back to bed.
Because, you know, Mike Dean's a pot. You see how Mike Dean looks? That dude looks like a flat out pothead. He is a pothead, my boy.
Oh yeah, no, but for the listeners, the casual listeners, they'll never know. To me, good music, Mike Dean is the second most valuable person on that label.
Period.
It's Kanye and then it's Mike Dean.
And when you look at the credits, it says Kanye and Mike Dean. Like
Right.
I mean, they're the ones that had Watch the Throne. They were the ones spearheading that album.
Right.
So anyway, Cop Shot the Kid was pretty damn dope. And it's rapped from two perspectives. One was Nas rapping from the black youth and, you know, how the cops shoot us and all this other shit. You know, typical shit that we go through. And then Kanye comes in. And Kanye ripped it. But then when I really listened to the lyrics, I was like,
It's problematic, man. So problematic. Because
The MAGA raps.
to go back to Nas real
Yeah.
quick, this is typical from Nas. White kids are brought in alive. Black kids get hit with like 5. Get scared, you panic, you're going down. The disadvantages of the brown. Get to Kanye, and Kanye spit his ass off. Let's not get it twisted. Had a great verse.
until he
It's
says, we got to talk about both sides. And when I hear both sides now, hoe ass nigga kind of fucked that up, and it was rapping, and he was pretty much rapping from the cops' perspective, like, not his fault, you know, we still got black on black crime. And I was like,
See, I was mostly talking about the first half when he was saying money's being made when a mom cries, won't be satisfied till we all die. Tell me, who do we call to report crime if 911 doing the drive-by? I could rock with that.
yeah.
But as you said, that was just a part of the first 8.
Yeah. And then he just keeps going, and it's like, I hate you, nigga.
Fucking hat.
Huh?
I could tell he's wearing that damn hat when he
No, I
recorded.
think Kim put him on a leash saying, you can't really talk about this shit now. So he-
Oh, it ain't got nothing to do with what he was saying. I'm just saying I can see him recording that verse with that damn hat on.
while Nas is watching, drunk off his ass.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Going off the Henny.
Yep.
Hey man, people are still mad about the whole Khalees shit, but that's a whole different story. So, White Label. I like that one.
It's great. God, it was hard to quit the bottom feeder, lobster eater.
Have any of y'all ever had White Label Henny? Mm-hmm. Have you?
Nah.
That shit is that shit is good.
That would explain. That explains the gluttony. You want more.
Yes.
Damn.
I had that shit. Somebody had that shit when I went to see the St. Pablo show. Me and my homegirl in the parking lot, they had White Label, and then we took a sip. Ooh, that shit is good. You can only get that in where? Colombia-ish? You can only get it overseas.
Somewhere where they got pure cocaine. Like,
Yeah, like
Columbia.
yeah. You can only get it over there. So
but yeah, God had it. God, it was hard to quit the bottom feeder, lobster eater. When I fast, I see Elijah's features. $1 million cash for a Nas feature. Nas cheaper. Do it for free if you do it for me. And I was going through listening to that, and I was like, speaking of Stephen A. Smith, he would really appreciate that bottom feeder line, especially after his contribution to
Latina ass.
Well, no, not that. When he was doing the interview for Snoop.
Yeah, the GGN.
The GGN.
I need to watch that. Oh my god, I keep forgetting to watch that. Was he high?
No,
he wasn't smoking.
You know, and honestly, it was a great interview. Like it was 30 minutes long. It was a great interview. Yeah. It was awesome. Like that clip was the funniest part of it. But leading up to that, he touched on a lot of good stuff.
Yeah, definitely.
But we just can't refute that part. It was when he was asking, Snoop was doing him Q&A, fast replies, and he asked him, tits or ass? Stephen A. Smith just it's like he got lost in the.
He's trying to say. Okay, I hope I don't get fired.
No, he really got taken back. Like he got lost in the ass, and he was just like, "Ooh, ass, always ass." He goes, everybody knows me. I work for Disney, but everybody knows me. I'm a bottom feeder, and that was the first time I ever heard bottom feeder be used in that kind of context. And I was like,
bottom feeder.
And shout out to a friend of the podcast, Joseph. He told me, he said, when you use a term like bottom feeder, you know he meant that shit.
Oh, yes, he did. It's like he wants to fly out to Paris and look at all that ass. Say bonjour. I'm a bottom feeder. That sounds hella even for me.
The whole definition changed, man.
Even I feel even kind of grossed out. Like, damn, you perverted ass nigga. But bonjour, that's the next record.
So bonjour for me,
you crazy.
Yeah, for me it was
both y'all.
It was the delivery and the flow. It wasn't matching up with me. I don't know what it was. It just Tony Williams was great.
The beat was fucking phenomenal.
Was awesome.
Nas was rapping his ass. I don't know what y'all heard.
And of course, like I said, his raps aren't to be. You're not gonna go against them. The actual words.
Yeah, the lyrics are great.
But it was
maybe that's what I was listening to. Maybe I was just really focused on that.
But it was how he delivered and the cadence. Something was just off. It didn't.
He sounded drunk. Maybe he sounded.
No, it wasn't even drunk. It was just like he
half-assed.
He couldn't ride it. He couldn't ride the beat.
Yeah, it's just like he just didn't fit that beat. Like he probably should have used something different. Honestly,
hey,
I mean it's good. Like I'm gonna say this: you give those lyrics. Everything about that song to somebody else, I'm probably raving about that track from them.
Maybe
you know what I'm saying? Like, I think it's just because his bar is set so high that
Could you see Hov or Kanye rapping over that?
No. A higher name like Nas.
Oh yeah.
They would still get the same criticism. You give it to somebody like JB Blockboy out of nowhere, I'm going off the wall on Twitter and I'm praising him for that. You know what I'm saying? It's the difference.
Yeah, it's all about delivery at the end of the day. Maybe, I don't know. I love that damn record. I just love it. So, but yeah, that's some of the things I've been hearing people criticizing is how he flowed on it. Even Crooked Eye said he didn't really like how he flowed on that record. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I was like, really? I'm not a rapper. Maybe I'm just listening from a fan perspective. Right. Because I don't know. To me, I love that damn record.
But again, this goes with Lust. So...
How many girls pee-babe right before they date so they can have restraint? Still can't get slayed. Bonjour.
Bonjour.
That's how it went.
Tony Williams was hitting that shit.
Yeah, man.
I will say that. Like, I can't wait. I'll at least walk away singing out Bonjour.
That's little behavior with the whip mattered. What her ass the fattest, beat it, Thriller jacket. All those beautiful places, but the cities be poor. You wealthy when your face is upbringing better than yours. Bonjour.
Yeah. So that's easy. That's
the production is unbelievable.
It's Kanye.
It really is.
See, it goes to show just how much of his damn career has been wasted by not going to get.
That's what I'm getting at. That's exactly
top-notch producers.
Well, Life is Good. He had good production.
Okay.
Hip Hop is Dead. He had good production.
He had Will I Am, dude. Like that was one. I don't know.
A few tracks.
There was a few. Yeah, but
what was after? Streets Disciples.
Streets Disciples garbage.
Okay, what about Distant Relatives with Damian Marley?
That was a reggae, and he had Damian Marley's production team at his disposal.
What was after this? A Godson. Godson, he had good. But besides that Eminem, that trash ass Eminem beat, which I still will not forgive him for.
I mean, Godson has Made You Look.
So,
Heaven, yeah. But I mean, the overall, it's
Stillmatic.
Let's just put it this way: if he had a producer, I'm not gonna say Kanye for everyone, but like a Kanye, like they would just take over a whole project.
Like people wanted DJ Premier to fucking do a whole Nas project or Large Professor. Everyone's been asking for that. Everyone's been asking.
I mean, can you imagine a whole album curated by Ninth Wonder?
Dude.
For Nas.
Or No ID was the closest one we got for Life is Good.
Like, let's just talk about that for a second. The reason why we criticize him as far as the body of work is the same reason why people criticize Nas. That's really kind of why I see them kind of like as not necessarily one and the same, but it's kind of like, I don't want to say history repeating itself, but for lack of better terms, history repeating itself. There's no variety in terms of different ears coming into the mix to give you a different point of view. So Salam Remy, as great as a producer he is, Salam Remy's going to give you Salam Remy. Yeah. And Salam Remy's not going to give you a wide variety.
See, I think with No ID, when he did Life is Good, the thing about No ID that I've always read on is that he always has to get to know the artist. That's what he did with Hove, J. Cole. He always
I
sits
love that.
and talks to them and gets to know their vibe, so he can really get to know them. And then when he starts producing, he gets like the best out of them and shit like that.
So let's touch on that for a quick second.
I think that's what Kanye needed to do with Nas.
Is that one of the main reasons why, even though he's not really out there in terms of the charts, why Vince Staples has been probably one of the top 10 most consistent this decade? Because he signed to No ID.
And they're close. He gets them.
Exactly. Like, can we at least go on and put that in the universe as far as a discussion?
Yeah. There needs to be more producer rappers. That's why I kind of thought I was excited about Kanye and Nas, because I'm thinking, just on paper, you got Kanye West production with one of the greatest MCs of all time, and this is what he always wanted. So if anything, you would think he would focus a little bit more instead of his projects. But then I just realized when they're in Wyoming, he had to work on a whole bunch of shit besides getting it. And apparently, what Charlamagne said, the album we heard on Ye, that wasn't the album.
Yeah, it wasn't.
Yeah. So he said some of those beats from the first draft of Ye went to Nas.
Okay.
So some of I read
that. That means there were some tracks that Nas had that got taken off then, if that's the case.
Probably. Or maybe originally he did the original album, Timbaland produced a lot of it. And
right. No, because what I'm saying is that even though you're looking for 7 tracks, you don't just stop at 7. You're making probably 12 to 17, maybe 20, and you pick the top 7.
The top songs.
So that means that there were
strongest songs.
Right. So that means that there were tracks by Nas that had already been in place.
And they gotta pick and choose.
So if Kanye's taking those tracks off of Ye and he's giving it to him, that means that what the hell were
the other ones that got taken off?
That also means that obviously those tracks weren't made for Nas the way you were talking about with No ID made them for Jay.
Right.
So that really
so who knows what's in the vault?
Chemistry,
who knows what's in that Wyoming vault? Fucking Kanye. He probably use them for Cruel Summer whenever he feels like going in. But let's continue on with this album with pretty much the best song on the album.
I'm in agreement with this.
Was Everything with The Dream and Kanye with some vocals from Ty Dolla $ign and old 70 Shake. It was 7 minutes. That's 7 minutes of blissful hip hop music.
Yeah.
This is when production wise, Kanye was at his best. Rapping wise, Nas was at his best. Everything about this song is perfection. This is one of the best songs of the year.
It's period. One of the best songs of the year. And out of all the releases from Wyoming, this is definitely top 3.
Yes. Oh, yes. Oh, yeah.
This song is kind of how I figured the whole album was going to be.
It could have been.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I had really high hopes for this.
Oh, everybody did.
Like, this one encapsulated how I thought it was going to be.
Right. Should have opened the album, maybe. Well, the other one was a good one. Escobar season has begun.
So the hook of this, and of course, like I said, this will go back to Greed. And in retrospect, this is, as much as you would like to change the world, it still would fall under greed because you're not appreciating what you have now, what you're working with. There's that want for more. The hook, if I had everything, I could change anything. And if I changed anything, I mean anything, I would change everything. So simple, but it speaks volumes.
Yes.
I want to just touch on some of the bars real quick. We'll go to this one. If Starbucks is bought by Nestle, please don't arrest me. I need to use the restroom and I ain't buying no espresso. Soon enough, assume the cuffs, the position. Not new to us. Since back on the bus sitting, said screw that bus. Boycotted that bus out of business. The future's us, yet every citizen's in prison.
Man, see, that's what I'm talking about when it comes to Nas and them bars, man.
Yeah.
It's like he probably just recently did this shit.
Well, he had to.
Right.
Well.
And then to hear Then I hear Kanye and Dream actually come together for the pre-hook or the post-hook.
It was both. I don't know. They were both singing there. Well, Kanye, I can't say Kanye was singing his ass off. Just, harmonizing. Right. But, man, that song, I can't really say much more about it, but it is one of the top songs of 2018.
Oh, for sure.
Songs, period. So, we continue on. We go to Adam and Eve. That was probably the only song I was pretty blah about.
No, it was the same. Yeah. Dream did what he could do. I kind of was like, I kind of do either or without him. I think because, and unfairly to him, just the performance he just did the track before, it's going to be hard to compete with that. So I kind of feel like they put him in a bad situation.
Should have been like the last song, man. But, everything after such a great track like Everything, that should have been like the last song at least or something. But whatever. And then, you going to say some lyrics to spit?
Yeah, so this one would be Sloth or Laziness.
That's a great way to describe that record. Yeah. And the other record.
There's always room at my table. Insecurities is keeping you disabled. All this money to get, is it less time? They ain't stopped printing money because they made mine. I learned to stretch time. These are the best times. I'm in my neighborhood and stadiums, the Mets kind. So I could definitely see Sloth there. You get to that point in your career where you're looking at everybody else like, I don't know what the hell y'all talking about, but I'm here getting paid. I've reached it. So then you kind of coast off.
Yeah.
I can see that.
And then we get to the most anticlimactic record of this whole album.
And it sucked because it had honestly, to me, it had the best
beat.
If not the best, the second best 16 on here.
Yeah. It was only one verse, right?
Yeah, the first verse. Like, this song killed me because of the 16. Because I'm looking at the 16 and rereading the lyrics, and I'm like, yo, that doesn't get any better than that.
I think that's what Kanye and Nas said.
Why did you deliver it this way? It wasn't supposed to be delivered this way, man.
It was like doing? That's why I hate about certain albums and artists when you listen to certain tracks, and, like for example, Eminem. When you get to the last song and you listen to the bonus songs, I'm like, oh, so you're just now getting into the groove now, and then it ends. I'm not talking about Revival M. I'm talking about, later. But you know what I mean, right?
Right.
They just now can see hope. Like, Jay-Z be like that on some of the bonus songs. When you get to the bonus songs, I'm like, oh, so y'all just getting into the groove now. And then, okay, where was this on the other half of the fucking album? Album's good, but what the fuck?
Them damn deleted scenes we be looking at like, why the hell did you leave this out the movie?
Time. that's always their excuse. Time. Time and
I would have sat my ass down another 15 minutes to see that.
But what's wrong with this song was so anticlimactic because after Nas spits it just ends. The song just ends. It's like, what? That's it? And that's it. And that left a sour taste in my mouth. Still like the album, but it was like, why did you end it here? No. Right. This is not an ending song. This is not an anticlimactic song. That irked me. That really irked me.
Yeah, I agree. I won't get into the whole 16. I'll just pick what the lines that everybody has been talking about. Never sold a record for the beat. It's my verses they purchased.
See, he was talking to you.
He shouldn't have been talking to me because it didn't work. Everybody loved this damn record because of the producer. Now, before I was really interrupted, never sold a record for the beat. It's my verses they purchase. Without production, I'm worthless, but I'm more than the surface. Want me to sound like every song on the top 40? I'm not for you. You not for me. You bore me. I drop lines prestigious schools read to their students. Look at my album plaques. Somebody agrees with the music.
Shit.
So then, the whole everything about the song. And once it ends, I'm like, why did you kill that verse that way?
Because he
had
to make you think about it.
Why did you do that stupid shit?
Now replay this shit. That's a 7-track theory.
Yeah, that's
the 7-track theory.
The whole meaning behind 7 tracks is just so you can replay that shit.
No. I'm not talking about any of that way because had he delivered and did his cadence properly, of course it's that. I'm talking about how it just ends.
Oh yeah.
There's no wrap up.
Yeah, nothing to wrap up the album.
There's nothing.
I know
it just ends.
mean.
I'm like,
it literally falls off a cliff.
So that's where I go back to having an issue with including the EPs in my top 10s. Because when you think about it, there's no theme with it. For most cases, so you may get lucky with a few EPs, but for the most part,
Mozzie.
Yep.
For the most part, there's no theme. There's just songs.
Yeah, it's just random songs.
Right. So then when you get to an album, I'm expecting, okay, well, this is your LP. So now I'm expecting a beginning, couple plot twists, and then I expect you to wrap all this up.
Pusha did that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I expect it, and Nas is capable of doing that. He's really capable of doing. That's why I'm kind of expecting that. And then it's just like, why did you pick that song to close the album? It almost sounds like they rushed it.
Well, I mean,
I really feel like
if it's
they
about the
rushed
7 deadly sins, I mean, realistically, it could just be like death at the end.
like the Sopranos.
Like it's
possible.
done. Like
I actually didn't think about that. That's
Yeah.
possible.
Don't stop. But then this is still Kanye's crazy ass mind, so
Yeah.
I
there's
don't
that
trust
too.
anything he does or says until he does actually action to it. So, oh yeah. Side note: speaking of Kanye, today is 5 years since Yeezus dropped.
There's been a lot of anniversaries for a lot of stuff.
It is all day. I don't know how they remember some of this shit, but I
Yeezus
remember
dropped today. The same
J. Cole.
day that Yeezus dropped was
J. Cole, Born Sinner dropped.
Well, okay, so those two dropped today. Today's the exact same day that Ray Allen hits the 3 in Game 6.
That was that day too.
Today, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because we were watching it today. Damn, a lot of shit happened June 18th.
And what was it, yesterday? Yesterday was the 8-year anniversary since last time Lakers won the title. The Game 7 game.
Damn, you had to bring that up to you.
No, I saw the press conference from Ron Artest.
Yeah.
Bro, that
Kobe
shit's
passed me the
classic.
ball. Kobe passed me the ball. He never passed me the ball. He's like, I was getting ready to shoot the 3,
Classic.
and I could hear Phil saying, "Don't shoot the 3," because
Zen master.
Phil's a Zen master, so he's in your head. But I said, "No, I gotta shoot the 3."
But yeah,
It's like, whatever.
Man, pray the real live forever, man. Ron Artest, baby.
Queensbridge. Queensbridge.
Hey, great connection.
there you go. That's a good connection. So at that what?
Well, I thought we were gonna get into the overalls.
Overall,
where this fits in.
what I don't know where to place this with Nas's work. It's good. To me, it's good.
It's good.
It's a real good album.
It's good.
G-O-O-D. It's good.
It's just not what I was expecting in terms of if you're telling me that you're gonna give me a Nas album that has 7 tracks
With a Kanye
that has Kanye West producing
the entire shit.
and supposedly quote unquote each track represents the 7 deadly sins, I'm expecting this to be in the top 5.
But they did.
top.
But Kanye didn't confirm.
No, he
that.
didn't confirm it, but that's why I said supposedly.
Okay.
So supposedly, let's go off of that. All off of that, I'm thinking this is going to be a top 5 record of the year.
I had it already. I was ready for it.
Right. So then I finished, and then I feel right after the second time when I finished, that's when I was like, this isn't it. It's not a top 5 record.
Yeah. Maybe
I mean,
top
I'll
10.
still go back to certain
For sure.
tracks, man. Like definitely, but
That's what I'm saying.
it's just not. It didn't meet the hype.
Right.
Yeah.
That's
Right.
the issue with it. It just literally did not meet.
Because
the
in the grand scheme of things, I'm still going Daytona, number 1. Daytona's been the number 1 record out of
you
these
talking about
sessions.
just
The Wyoming
Good.
sessions.
The Wyoming sessions,
Oh yeah,
yeah.
Daytona's number 1.
Daytona's
all time.
number 1. And then that's saying a lot because I still think that Tiana Taylor's going to take that from him this week.
Oh, we'll see.
Everyone keeps saying they always
I'm
have this
interested in
feeling.
that.
I'm
I
a-
don't even care for R&B like that.
Right. Like,
But,
I'm
like,
a-
And it's a
really
fully
interested-
produced,
yeah.
and you know how Kanye is with R&B production. So,
Because her last one, which was 7, I think.
7 tracks.
No, was I think that was the album. The album was called 7.
Yeah,
Something like and that was
Yeah.
criminally
That was
slept
great.
on. Criminally
That was a
slept
great
on
album.
Yeah.
So now you're putting her in this situation. She has the baby. Iman had just won the title a few years ago. So that whole, are they married or are they still engaged?
I don't know.
I have no clue.
So okay, so
They're
just
together.
their relationship all together, and then they got the TV show. There's a lot for her to discuss.
Right.
And now the weight's kind of lifted off her since some other people dropped.
Right. So, to wrap all this up, I'm still going Daytona. Give me Kids See Ghosts.
That's all his drugs.
No, that's in your mind only.
Maybe you want drugs.
It's in your mind only.
Yeah.
But I'll take NASIR over Ye.
Oh yeah, everything.
I'll take
Ye
Nas
is the
over
weakest
Ye.
album.
Yeah.
Ye is by far the weakest album.
Yeah.
Right.
Kanye, you know how I am. Like I've told you all like 2 weeks ago that Kanye always has automatic album of the year when he drops. In my opinion, now for the first time, the streak is over. The streak is over. He doesn't have album of the year at all.
No, it's not even close.
Sadly, not even close.
When Ye came out and I had given it a week, when I'm going through my rankings, I'm like, shit, this is like in the low 20s, high 30s.
If that, we still got some months left.
And I've listened to a lot of records. And that's not to boast or anything, but we're going week by week. We're trying to go through. So I'm figuring, okay, let me just put a rankings now, so that way I can just plug songs in.
Right.
And I'm going through and I'm like, it's here in this low 20, high 30 section, but I don't even expect it to stay there. I expect it to drop a little
Compared
bit.
to Life
it's
of Pablo.
Exactly.
No,
Yeah,
but compared to Life of Pablo, Jesus, My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy, Graduation, 808s, Late Registration, College Dropout. And you tell me this, and then when I heard that he made the album in less than a month because he scrapped it, I was like, oh, come on, Kanye, you should know better than that.
Right.
Because now I'm curious about what the other 8 sounded like. And if you tell me those beats were probably on, some of those beats on NASIR were on your album, now I'm curious, how did you rap over this?
Right.
It probably could have still held the title, but, we may never know.
Right.
Fucking Kanye.
Well, in the world, I think this correlates all together just to show, because what he was speaking on was great subject matter. It had a lot to do with socially awareness, politics.
To wrap this up, yeah.
So speaking of politics, we are now in a world where the president of the quote-unquote free world...
Don't call him president around me.
Well, that's his title.
No.
I'm not calling him president. I'm not using his name. He is in office of president, unfortunately. So that's what he is.
Ass nigga in office.
He is the leader of the free world.
The whole ass nigga in the free world.
But his unfortunate title is... Thank you. I was building that up for you. Thank you. Instead of trying to shut me down, let me build you up.
Let me get my charger. Keep talking. Fuck the free world.
Yeah, the leader of the new free world done met with North Korea's leader, Kim Jong-un.
313.
And all of this is thanks to nobody else but Dennis fucking Rodman. What world are we living in where 5 years ago we were laughing at this man and then come to find out he was right the whole damn time? What the hell just happened?
Why was that nigga crying though?
I tried to tell him. They won't listen.
How was that?
I'm so happy. I'm so happy this thing came.
He's wearing that fucking MAGA hat and everything, man. So Rodman's
That's
crazy.
a wild boy. Dennis Rodman's a wild boy.
He's always been a wild boy, man.
I got something to say on that though, man. You know how everybody, the Republicans, are like they're cheering for
Ho ass.
Okay. When Obama was in office trying to do this exact same thing, they were totally fucking against it.
Yeah.
Well, you know why.
Obviously. I mean, but I'm just getting at that. You know what I mean? Like, it's fucking ridiculous, dude. Don't get me wrong. It's amazing for the president. As much as you don't want to call him that, he is the president.
No, call him to my presence. Call him
Kim Jong-un.
Say it.
I mean, it's an amazing feat, regardless of what you think about, dude. It's an amazing feat.
Yeah.
But everybody was like downing it when Obama was president. Like it's fucking, I don't know, mind blowing.
I mean, it's just
like, shit.
See, they do not lie when they say there is an episode or a moment of The Simpsons that correlates to everything on this damn planet. And there have been moments in that series where they would joke around and say stuff like a celebrity would be president and a celebrity that's infamous for his or her dealings would do something that would be so groundbreaking. And we just saw it in consecutive.
And we like dead ass. They fucking called it.
And we just saw it 2 weeks in a row. Because just last week, Kim was in the White House doing what she did, and then she got the woman out. What the hell's going on?
You know what? That didn't even cross my mind. But damn, bro.
So Kim and Dennis Rodman got political power. We live in a world where Kim Kardashian and Dennis Rodman have political power. Think about that for a second.
I don't know.
That's insane.
I don't know how y'all so shocked about all this shit when that nigga got elected. So I'm always just in the words
I
of
wasn't shocked when he got
in
elected.
the words of Huey Newton, I'm retired.
Well, in the words of Robert De Niro,
fuck Trump. Said during the Tony Awards live.
Yeah, Robert De Niro always been down for the cause, man. All his current wife and his former wives, they're black. Yeah.
He just likes that dark chocolate, man. What can I say?
Yeah, I mean, hey, Robert De Niro, he ain't invited to the cookout. That man on the grill, he been that way for a cool minute. So while he's screaming "fuck Trump,"
some shit happened.
Well, no. While he's screaming "fuck Trump," overseas.
I'm trying to build it up myself.
I know, but I'm just letting you know so that way you can build up. Overseas, there's a big fuck you lurking. Headed right back to the United States.
Middle finger was lurking in London, just lurking, and it was gonna make its way to America very, very slowly in the form of music.
And nobody saw it coming.
Nobody. So let me build the scene. It was a nice Saturday, Tupac's birthday.
Birds are chirping.
I was gonna go see a little movie. saw tagged. We'll get to that in a bit. So I was eating some Red Robin and shit, kind of mind my business, and I was kind of tweeting, still listening to Nas. Actually, I was listening to J-Rock's album. I was trying to see what you guys were getting, right? Scrolling on Twitter, all of a sudden, like, I just see a few tweets going, wait a minute. And I was like, keep scrolling. I didn't just see, that was the next tweet, and then I heard, oh my God! And I was like, what's going on? And then someone put, J.B. title, and I was like, "What title? I was like, and then it clicked. I get on my title. No, not title, but title.
Gotta get that title.
Gotta get that title.
Y'all kill me with that shit.
That's how he sounds.
Nah, I know.
It's $12.99 or $9.99 if you never signed up for it. You gotta get that title.
You gotta get that 6 months free trial.
Yeah, you get 6 months, and if you're a student, you can sign up for it, and you can get that $4.99. However you want to fit it, but you just gotta get that title.
It's your boy. Anyway, so I go on title, and I was looking for, I'm like, what is this? So I just type in Jay-Z, Beyoncé. And then all of a sudden I see a cover art of a light-skinned girl braiding a light-skinned, I
wouldn't call her light skin. She was just
black.
In contrast to him.
Yeah.
She was lighter than him.
Yeah, but she was braiding his hair, and then the title in big capital letters said, "Everything is love."
Well, see, I saw it and I knew it was, before I even saw the title, as soon as I saw the parental advisory sticker, that's when I was like,
oh, it's gonna be one of them. But I saw everything, and I scrolled down, and I was like, my eyes got big and Red Robin. I was like, whoa! I text JC,
and my response was, whoa!
I text JC. Jay-Z and Beyoncé just dropped their album. He was like,
and
whoa!
I was in the middle. I was just getting my order for my last delivery to go send to the customer before I had my break. So I'm looking at like, whoa!
What was wrong? Nothing.
I gotta go.
Just walking hella fast.
I gotta get the hell out of here.
And then I'm on title.
Shit, if it was up to me, I would have just drove past the customer's house and threw the damn food out the damn window. Keep the tip, you asshole.
Keep the change, you filthy animal. So I'm like, whoa. So I start listening, and me and JC were sharing title accounts and kicked me off. I'm like, nigga, get your own.
And so then I was like, oh, wait a minute. I have my own college email. Let me go get this real quick.
So the whole world, pretty much Beyonce put another Beyonce. How about that shit?
So the way they did this, because
that's the best way to say it.
Yeah. So while we're finding out over here, they were just finishing their second show in London. Mm-hmm. And the way they finished the second show was...
They showed a trailer.
They showed the video... they showed the whole video of Ape Shit.
I thought it was just a trailer.
It was the video. They showed the video of Ape Shit. Everybody's kind of like grooving like, okay, new song coming out. All right, we finally got something. But then that scene where they go and they turn around, they look at the Mona Lisa.
And then big bold letters,
album out now. And then just seeing the responses in the stadium.
Shit!
Crazy. So... I'm looking at that like, y'all some assholes.
That's some... No, I was just thinking, Nas just dropped his album yesterday, you bitch-ass niggas.
Like, you are a clear-cut asshole, Jay.
No, but then...
And I respect you for that.
But then I thought about it, and I'm just like, you know what? We got a Nas album on Friday, and we got a Jay-Z album on Saturday.
What a time.
I mean... That's rare. Yeah. That's rare. Like, man, that's dope.
Again, if you're telling me that hip-hop is not in the best place it's been ever, if that didn't excite you, I don't know what to tell you.
So, at first, when I listened to the album, I was more in shock. I was listening to it, but not really listening to it. Like, I was just like, they really did this shit.
So
no, before I make I want to say my little proclamation to the...
Well, I was going to say, before we get into the content, I just want to get to the...
productions.
Everything around it. So, Cool and Dre actually ended up producing the most tracks. They had 3 tracks on here. Mm-hmm. Pharrell had 2, one of which actually came with Migos.
Yeah, surprisingly.
And which makes you look back at like, what the hell did y'all pass up for Culture 2, man?
What did Justin Timberlake pass up for fucking Man of the Woods?
It ain't even what Justin Timberlake passed up. It's like, what did Pharrell not show Justin Timberlake? If I'm Timberlake, I'm pissed. I'm looking at Pharrell like, for real?
That's what
you hear my damn album? You had that the whole time? What's wrong with you, man? Thought we were cool.
Just didn't suit him. It just didn't suit him. I mean, come on. Like, what was that song? Damn, I said, what was that song called? When Justin Timberlake, ain't no way to stop us now. That the bridge part on that song, that was like the best part of that damn song.
Yeah. Well. So Pharrell does 2 of the tracks.
Supplies. There you go.
Supplies. Yeah, thank you. Boy Wonder and Sweet did 2 tracks apiece. One of those songs actually came with Seven Thomas and Nav.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm done talking shit about this guy because I keep seeing him on production credits and the songs are fire. Solo artist wise,
he better stay that way.
Yeah,
stay
solo
behind
artist,
the scenes.
I ain't tripping off of him. Like he's solo artist, he ain't for me. But he's clearly doing something right to get these placements.
Vinyls and Ill Mind.
Shout out to Ill Mind. Ill Mind always seems to be, if you want to talk about right place, right time, for somebody that is only known within hardcore hip hop communities. Yeah. He is always in the right place at the right damn time to get these placements. Mike Dean showed up
again.
So I'm looking at Mike Dean like, okay, now I know why you're tired. That explains that. All right, I'm gonna give you a pass. It really wasn't even your fault, but I'm gonna just give you a further pass for this NASIR shit.
Well.
And then David Andrew Satek covered the final track, and then of course, like I said, so we had Quavo and Offset from Migos. They were giving background vocals for Ape Shit. Ty Dolla $ign out of everybody. Ty Dolla $ign done secured Good Bags, and now he done secured a Rock Bag in the same summer.
Yes.
And he still got the track with so the single with Jeremiah came out. So they still got the joint album coming.
Yep. Yeah. See, what I want to know is what the fuck does Beyonce have in her non-disclosure agreements? So you know, because none of this shit got out, especially the video. Can we talk about the video for Ape Shit?
Oh, let's go.
Bro, they filmed that shit at the Louvre in Paris. If y'all don't know what that shit is, that's probably one of the most well-known museums in Paris, where they had the Mona Lisa, they had all them fucking historical like artifacts and portraits. This is shit that Killmonger would fucking take, bro.
It's one of the for lack of better scenery, it's the setting of those cat burglar films.
Yes,
where there's cat burglars or there's high-end heists. That's where they're going,
and they don't let just anybody film in there. Alright? So like the last few people that filmed in there was Ron Howard when he was doing the Da Vinci Code movies, Lord when she filmed the video, and now Jay-Z and Beyoncé went in there and filmed a video called Ape Shit, a trap song.
And it was no like documentary type footage, a whole ass video with a theme.
See, this is the equivalent.
Dancers.
This is the equivalent of Michael and Janet doing the Scream video for $7 million for the fuck of it.
Yeah.
You
are not lying.
The Mona Lisa though, I mean that in itself is flex, dude. Like that
just
is
flexing.
That is a flex.
That's some like the video is just
that's
like
the ultimate flex in hip hop so far. I mean, I'm calling that shit.
It's flex like I was sitting there in awe, like, how did you niggas do that? No, Black Power, like
Black motherfucking excellence.
The song is just that's one of the probably the song that still has to kind of grow on me because I'm gonna get into the song itself. But man, like I'm just gonna say it now before we start getting into the tracks. I think we have album of the year, ladies and gentlemen. In my opinion, we have album of the year because who else is gonna come out? Drake? Shit.
It's a contender, man. And we'll get to that just in a few.
We'll get to that in a few. But
I know some of the listeners been waiting because just before all the madness took place this weekend. He actually was going to be one of the highlighting stories, and everything got pushed back.
Oh, that shit! It was just one big ass fuck you. But we're gonna get to that part because Hov had a few words for him.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Now we're again to finish out the background. We have Lemonade, which was her story. We had 444, which is his story,
and there's an interlude with Seat at the Table,
right,
with Solange.
And then apparently you actually they also had another track, Salute.
Oh, that was
it was a bonus, but a lot of people were saying this is in between. So this ends 444, it gets to them, and then somebody was telling me kind of look at it like how Kendrick used Shireen or Bitch Don't Kill My Vibe before he went back and retold the story.
Oh yeah,
it's kind of one of those.
Yeah, because I was wondering how come that song is out, and I was like, okay, this is not even on the album. It's just a single.
Kind of like so pretty much think of it like a trailer to this album.
Yeah, and they were saying it was just a title exclusive.
Right.
I don't even. Well, we'll get to the streaming shit later. But
and then of course, Everything Is Love is our story, and this album is not titled Beyonce and Jay-Z.
No.
This is the Carters. Everything Is Love.
That's such a stunt.
Yeah.
You look on it, it just says the Carters. It doesn't say Jay-Z and Beyonce. This is their group name.
Yeah.
You got the Throne with Hove.
It's not even their group name. This is this is government.
Yeah, that's
government
the
issue
family
name. This is the family
That's the
name.
family
Yeah,
name.
you got the Throne with Kanye and Hove, and then you got and then you got the Carters, and then Kids See Ghosts. Man, this is great. What did I say last year about about group duo albums?
If you said if it's not J or B, if it's not Kendrick or Cole, and I think there was one more exception. But even you said you didn't want to hear no damn Cudi and Kanye album.
I didn't say that. I just didn't believe it. There's a difference. So I didn't believe it was going to happen.
It was negative either way, so
yeah,
you fall
pretty
on
much.
that side.
No, I don't want to say negative. Man, shut up. But anyway, at first when I heard it, I was in shock. But then when I sat back and I really listened to the album and really listened to the beats, really listened to the lyrics, the flows, I got that special feeling. This is the same feeling I got after I heard Good Kid, Mad City, after I heard Damn, after I heard To Pimp a Butterfly, My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy, all of Kanye's previous works. This is the feeling I got. And when I get that feeling, I'm going like, okay, I just heard something special.
This is a special record.
Oh, yeah. Out of nowhere.
This is a very special record.
What the fuck? Why did they do that?
I mean, the opening track, Summer. So there's this band, funk band, L. Michaels. And that was the instrumentation that was used for that production. Of course, Cole and Dre.
Breathe.
Yeah, and like, Beyonce came on that shit like she just came down from heaven.
I thought
Like
she
her
always
vocals.
sings.
No. There was the greatness.
No.
There was the greatness that she has, and then there was this.
Wow.
And again, I did not say for the listeners, for the Beehive.
Yeah,
I did not say.
Make sure you make.
I did not say there was this and everything else was bad. I said there is her greatness, which we all recognize is the bar in the industry for an R&B female vocalist. Mm-hmm. She is the bar. But even then, there is that, and there is this, how she floated on this track. It sounded like she was literally singing from the skies above, and she came down when it was time to start putting everything together.
And Hov just walked out.
All he said was, let it breathe. It was the most poignant, most attention-grabbing, let it breathe. Like, that was his contribution until he came and started spitting.
He did spit, though.
And he spit. Oh, and let me tell you this. First two tracks, I was like, damn, Beyonce gonna eat this man alive. And then when I actually started going back, re-listening it, and then when it gets to Boss, which we'll get into later, I'm just going to say this.
First, we thought Rihanna had the best rap verse last year with Loyalty.
Yeah. 444 was excellent. It was good.
Well, yeah.
So there's not much to be said about that. Jay on this record, I don't think I've heard him spit like this in a long time. See, 444, he was given knowledge. So it was all about the lyrics.
It was more personal and raw.
Yeah. It's all about lyrics. This,
he was spitting a lot on Watch the Throne, too.
he was rapping like Rockefeller was about to get dropped from Def Jam.
At 47.
He was rapping as if his career depended on this.
He was rapping to impress his marriage depended on it. Shit.
Yeah. Because she said, I'm going to come with it. I don't know what the fuck you going to do.
I know what you better, you better make up for this. You better make up for Becky, nigga.
You know what I'm saying? I bet she used the Erykah Badu. But you can't use my mic.
Stupid. But
So he had to come back and bring his mic, and boy, did he bring his mic.
Ape Shit had to grow on me, but it's really growing on me. That's a fucking heater.
Look, man, even with Ape Shit.
Yeah, the reference track that Migos dropped, that shit sounds like it could be it. I want someone to do a mashup of just Migos and Offset's vocals with this shit, because him and her, like Beyonce, even with the double time, Beyonce had that shit. I was like, All
right, let's get into his bars for this. I'm a gorilla in the fucking coop. There's a reason why he called himself a gorilla. Mm-hmm. Everything going with the monkeys.
Yep.
How they view him.
Yep.
I'm a gorilla in the fucking coop. Finna pull up in the zoo. I'm like Chief Keef meet Rafiki. Who been lying king to you? Pocket watch it like kangaroos. Mm-hmm. And then later on, I said no to the Super Bowl. You need me. I don't need you. Every night we in the end zone. Tell the NFL we in stadiums too. A little bit later, tell the Grammys fuck that 0 for 8 shit. Have you ever seen the crowd going ape shit?
Well, they went crazy for Bruno Mars in a stadium. I'm sorry, Hove. You deserve to lose all that shit. Kendrick still had the best album. The 444 would have Pulitzer Prize?
No.
No. No.
Now we're gonna bounce around for a little bit because we're holding out one track. We're not going in order. We're holding out one specific track last.
Yeah.
So let's go into one of your favorites.
Oh,
Just nice. That nice
shit.
had a groove and a bounce.
But I'm nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Now when I say Jay rode this shit and killed this shit, Jay rode this shit and killed this shit.
That beat, man, Pharrell produced that. Oh my God. And Beyonce came hard on that. Fuck
your subpoenas and your misdemeanors. Was too busy touring out all of your arenas. Y'all drag me in court for that shit, y'all backwards.
I can hear the beat
After
in my
all these
head.
years of drug trafficking, huh? Time to remind me I'm black again, huh? God damn.
See, just reading it, I think I can hear the beat, the way he flowed on it, and the fact he didn't write none of that shit down.
All this talking back, I'm too arrogant, huh? What would you do if you knew you couldn't fail? I have no fear of anything. Everything I do is well. I have no fear of jail. I was born in the trap. I have no fear of death. We all born to do that. Like, bruh, come on now.
Nigga.
What are we talking about at this point?
He was rapping like his life depended on that shit.
What are we discussing at this point? And I'm gonna put this out here right now. Because I've been running, I'll admit it, I was running from it.
I wasn't.
I was running from this.
I'm still
And it took him
better.
until last year to finally say, you know what? I can see it, but it was this album where I was like, it's a done deal. Pac will forever be my favorite rapper. Jay-Z's the GOAT.
See, like I said
I always
before,
recognize Jay as one of the greats.
Pac is always, he's in a whole other atmosphere when it comes, because he's in like a whole other like legion of legendary martyr. He's like a martyr pretty much. Jay-Z's up there. He's one of the greats, but he didn't rap better than Eminem Renegade. So yeah. No. I agree with that shit. I agree. Hove is one of the greatest rappers of all time. But I still really firm on that statement. So
on this very same song, on this very same song, well, we find out in Ape Shit. So Summer starts off and Beyonce's singing, of course. We find out in Ape Shit, Beyonce ain't here to just sing. And so of course you said we heard the Migos reference track with Pharrell.
Yep.
It wasn't line for line. Her cadence was, she might as well have been the fourth Migo.
Might as well, the way she was rapping on that.
Now we get to her contribution in this very same record. Patiently waiting for my demise because my success can't be quantified. If I gave two fucks about streaming numbers, would have put Lemonade up on Spotify. Fuck you. Fuck you. You're cool. Fuck you too. Great way to go to Half Baked.
Now the fact, this is the part where I was telling y'all earlier, because Beyonce don't care about fucking what's it called, streaming numbers.
No,
speaking of streaming numbers, they put the whole album on what's it called, Apple Music's, you know, all the other ones. But when it comes to Spotify, they were really petty with that.
Yeah. So we should have. Did we go over that? How it was title exclusive?
It was title exclusive. That's why everyone was clamoring for a title.
Right. So everybody's running the title to go get it. And then, as Busby was just stating, we woke up this morning. It's all across platforms.
Did it very secretly too.
Yeah. Now it's on Spotify.
Even on SoundCloud too.
Right. It is on Spotify
for 2 weeks.
But for 2 weeks, you got to pay for your premium to get that out.
That's the most pettiest shit they could do. Because the thing is, Jay-Z and Beyonce,
I can do anything. Hell nah. Hell nah. Hell nah. Hell nah.
See, I don't want them to take us down. But yeah, that's some petty shit. Because they don't care about stats at this point. They've already achieved everything. They got their awards. They've got their platinum plaques. They don't care. Like Beyonce said, if I really gave a damn about streaming numbers, can you imagine if she would have put Lemonade on Spotify? You imagine all the records she would have broke with that?
Right.
She don't care about that, unlike Nicki. But she don't care about that.
It's about the art.
It's about the art at the end, the impact. And
so we try to have conversations with these new age cats that only care about numbers. Like numbers don't determine ultimate success.
No, they don't.
I mean, put it in this perspective. Fast and Furious 7 is one of the top 10 most grossing films in this country.
But everybody knows Part 5 was the best, movie-wise.
Well, not even that. You compare it with the others that are in that same bracket.
Like what?
It's not holding up.
What, Part 7 for Fast and Furious?
No. I'm not talking about the franchise. I'm talking about in terms of the top 10 films grossing all time.
Yeah.
It's not. it's not holding up to that. Like it's just an action junkie film.
Exactly. I still can't believe the whole East Side went to go see that damn movie to this day. Still can't believe that.
Yeah.
Like y'all really love Paul Walker like that, huh?
Hey, but you know what it was? It was a lot of people saw themselves and their groups of friends in that film. So to lose Paul was kind of like, now you're looking at your group of friends like, damn. You know what I'm saying? So I get it.
Yeah.
But on the flip side, I'm just saying that to say you can't bring up numbers if the quality ain't matching what you're bringing. Numbers don't tell you everything.
That's the argument I always try to get
empty
with
stats in sports.
Yeah.
You can bring up stats all you want, but if you ain't watching the game to tell me, you can tell me some cat went 10 for 10, but he had a turnover to end the game, and that's why they lost.
No, they went 10 for 10 and they lost, period. Right. LeBron.
Keep it on the hush, man. We can still get him in LA.
Hey, don't ruin that shit. I'm gonna still be talking about shit.
Watch your mouth, man. We're trying to make moves here. We'll get to that later.
We trying to get him, man.
Multiple moves that could be made. You fucking up the
fucking up the money, man.
I told you, was it like a couple weeks ago, bro? As long as we get Kawhi and PG, I'm good.
We'll see. We'll get into that. We'll see.
The Warriors become the Superman stars.
Nah.
I know. But anyway.
So now we get into 713, which of course is Beyonce's hometown area code.
Cool and Dre produced that shit. And first, when the beat kind of just slowly comes in and you hear that piano loop, and then it just sounds like some West Coast shit, and I'm like, And then you hear Beyonce start singing that shit, and then she says, "Fall," but what did she say? How's the hook go?
I don't know if it was representing for my thugs or my ladies or whatever, but I'm representing for everybody all across the world.
And you heard Jay go, still.
Yeah, and I'm like, oh,
you going there now.
Because everybody in the community knows
Hove wrote Still Dre.
Yeah.
Which is still crazy to think. That's one of Dr. Dre's most classic records, and Jay-Z wrote that whole song.
From the East Coast.
From the East Coast. He got into the presence of Dr. Dre. And even when I listen to that record, I'm trying to listen for Jay-Z's voice, and I can't hear it. That's how good it is. You really thought that Dre wrote that shit. That's a good-ass writer.
So we get into Jay's contribution with this, and he's talking about
how he got her.
Right.
Which was still crazy the way he was spitting on that.
Fate had me sitting next to you on the plane, and I knew straight away. The next time we would speak was like 2 years away. You had a man. You shut it down until you two had a bad break. I bet that dude ruled the day. And of course, at that time, it was
Marcus Houston. That's what people don't know, even though it wasn't confirmed, but it's fucking confirmed. Marcus Houston used to go out with Beyonce, people. And everyone probably doesn't catch this, but on What More Can I Say, Jay-Z said, "Niggas got a problem, Houston." That was a triple entendre.
Yep.
He was talking about Houston, Texas, which is where Beyonce lives at. Houston, niggas got a problem, Houston, Apollo 13, and Marcus Houston. That's why he said, "What up, B? They can't shut up me." He was taunting Marcus Houston. Like, hey, I got your girl now.
Marcus Houston's sick. Marcus Houston's so sick that he went on. Well, he was on Beats One Radio anyways.
Oh, he went on Beats One Radio and confirmed it?
No, not that. He was already on Beats One earlier the week, and that's when he had confirmed that Ty Dolla $ign was actually a part of Immature in the early days.
Well, shit happened.
Gotta be sick, bro.
And it was funny because shout out to Kaz. Kaz said, "Man, that's just like when you found out MJ got cut from his high school team."
Hey, shit happens for a reason.
Hey, that analogy though.
I know,
man. Yeah.
Man, hey, shit happens for a reason. So
now we get to
the album, which is 9 tracks, by the way.
Perfect and the perfect amount of tracks.
Yes.
Friends.
Everyone really loves that record.
Friends. Jay, the last lines were directed at Kanye.
Man. When he talked, because he talked about why he was still feeling a type of way that he didn't show up to his wedding.
So
go on.
B provided social media captions for the ladies.
Of course.
My friends are goals, your friends are foes. We fly, why cry, our souls exposed. We smoke, we laugh, your stress, my stress. Closer than kin, I'm blessed, you blessed. That's definitely going to be on Instagram all summer.
Yeah, of course. She took away Drake's caption memes. Damn.
Yeah. It's the queen, man. It's the queen.
Took that shit away.
What you respect? It's the queen. Now, Jay, I had to cut this short because, again, the whole verse, he came with it. So now let's get towards the end. When I say free the dogs, I free them. That's how Meek got his freedom. Y'all put niggas on a t-shirt. It hurts, you ain't never meet them. You got niggas in the feds, you ain't even trying to feed them. I ain't going to nobody. And then later on, so this is the line that goes towards Kanye. I ain't going to nobody nothing when me and my wife beefing.
Now, that's pretty much he just said that I couldn't go to the wedding because me and Beyonce were beefing and we had to settle all differences.
Right.
Now, Kanye didn't. Kanye kind of knew, but he was like, you could have went to my wedding.
Right.
Now, officially Ice, shout out to him on Twitter. He's a #1 troller. He put out some contacts. He retweeted someone some contracts, and he said the reason why Jay-Z didn't go to that wedding is read between the lines. And I didn't really think about it until he retweeted it, and someone said, yeah, the reason why he didn't go to that wedding, why him and Beyonce didn't go to that wedding, was because Hov's mistress was there.
Because she's friends with Kim.
Supposedly. We don't know who it is, but
apparently she's there.
she was there. And I was like, oh,
Yeah.
oh.
It's deeper than rap.
Now that makes sense.
Deeper than rap.
Oh, really? Yeah? And you knew that?
Yeah. So, and then to finish the line, nigga, I don't care if the house on fire. I'm dying, nigga. I ain't leaving. Ty take care of my kids after he done grieving. If y'all don't understand that, we ain't meant to be friends.
See,
You know who he's talking to.
that's what I'm saying. Him and Kanye need to talk. They need to sit down and just talk.
We talked about this earlier. That's the thing that sucks about these rollouts from Wyoming and even the Carters.
They're not on each other's records.
And that's heartbreaking.
It is.
That's really heartbreaking for fans.
It would have been nice to hear Hov on Life of Pablo or one of them Wyoming records.
Yeah. It would have been great to have Kanye ad-libs and a production on the Carters. Would have been amazing, but this is where we find ourselves.
They're going to talk. They're going to talk eventually.
At some point, it's going to come through.
And Hov said we got to have that conversation to squash everything.
Right.
Because, Kanye's really looked out for you. He looked out for Beyonce, man. He's the only one that spoke up at all the award shows when them white people be taking her awards. He's the only one that spoke up for her. And he really vouched for Hov. And all he just looks at him like one of his best friends. But Hov probably just looks at him as business.
Well, no, he looks at him like a younger brother. He said it.
Yeah.
It's just the actions that he's doing. And he can't be involved with it. You gotta remember, I'm a businessman.
Man?
Like, that's not... He's
a business.
That wasn't just for raps. He's got a lot of investments and a lot riding on his image. So to be next to Kanye when he's doing all this stuff...
It's not good for business,
man. That's bad for the bottom line.
Yep.
So that's where we're at.
Yeah, so... Yeah, watch the throne will come back together.
Hopefully.
The throne is burning right now, but the fire needs to be extinguished, and they got to rebuild.
Yeah. Now, heard about us, little quick line. It was funny. So Jay is obviously talking about the accusation that he fathered a child years back. Billie Jean in his prime for the 1,000th time, the kid ain't mine.
Yeah, that was a good ass line. That was a good line.
Black Effect. Now, Black Effect to me, yeah, Jay went there. Jay went there. The hook was funny. I'm good on any MLK Boulevard, and then hearing Beyonce come out, he good.
I'm good on MLK Boulevard. He good.
My vision with a tech, bitch. I'm Malcolm X. Haters dreading my effect. They want that DOS effects. Yeah.
That was a good ass.
His verse. I made my own wave, so now they anti-title. I'm living the no sock life despite you. Since the Khalif doc, they've been at my neck. Y'all can tell them Trayvon is coming next. The FCC, the FBI, or the IRS. I pass the alphabet, boys, like an eye test.
This nigga. Oh.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah.
Because he's doing that Trayvon Martin documentary and that other than the Khalif documentary, I can't really watch that because it's going to piss me off. But yeah, he's fuck you, Hov.
Well, see, that's the thing. Like this, everybody from outside looking in before you get into the project and really dissect it, you're just looking at it like, okay, they're just here to stunt. They're talking about money, this and that. That was
some black
just on the surface. That was actually kind of just bring you into what was happening, what they were going to be talking about. A lot of stuff going on that has a lot of socially aware commentary, a lot of politically aware commentary, and overall a wrap up of what they've been going through as a family over this time.
There was songs on here where Beyonce just did the hook and Hov was just spitting.
Yeah.
Shit. It reminded me of Watch the Throne. Like when Kanye took a back seat and every day Hov would take a back seat. Man.
Well, I'm glad you split that because now we get to the last track.
Love
but
Happy.
Not the last one of the analysis, just the last track of the album.
Yeah.
And of course, the two of them are sharing the verse.
But the part where they start the little argument in the beginning, that was pretty funny.
Yeah. He went to Jared. I went to Shamal out in Paris. Yeah, you fucked up the first stone. We had to get remarried.
But the fact how Beyonce said it, because Hope said we went to Clement, we went to cuz well in Paris, and then Beyonce's like, yeah, you fucked up the first stone. That's how we had to get remarried.
Yo, chill, man.
like she said it so sarcastically, like you can tell she was staring at him.
Yeah,
he's like, yo, chill, man. No, we keeping it real with these people, right? Like, yeah, I kill you when he's like, nah, chill.
No, finish it. Like, yeah, I kill you when I met that bitch.
And I was like, whoa,
yeah,
you know the Hov. He's like, nah, and then he's all happy again, but Beyonce is staring.
But
at
then,
him.
see, here's the thing: the double entendre, and then what leaves open for interpretation to go back to Kanye and Kim. So now we get to y'all know how I met her. We broke up and got back together. To get her back, I had to sweat her. Y'all could make up with a bag. I had to change the weather. Move the whole family west.
But it's whatever.
In a glass house, still throwing stones. Hova, Beezus, watch the thrones.
That's mean. Don't do like that. That was Beyonce talking to Kim. That was Beyonce talking to Kim.
Yeah.
Kanye hurt. Man, that's mean. Man, y'all need to talk this shit out, man.
Well, what was funny was that the ladies were listening to this too, because they only refer to him as him.
Now they accept him now.
No, there were still
some of them are.
There were still the select few. They were like, oh, she's trying to get us to like him again. We're just gonna pretend that song no longer exists.
Oh my God, no. A lot of them are just like, now a lot of them are like, okay. They showed that picture of Tupac and Juice when he's hugging, his eyes rolled. I guess we have to accept him now.
Yeah.
Like, man, I'm telling you, these B stands are crazy.
They wild.
It's crazy.
Like, man. Beyonce has moved on, but they're just like, no.
Wild.
They accept it like it, but anyway.
They swear they're in a relationship and shit.
Right. I'm telling you, they crazy, man. That's why I laugh at the Barbs. I'm scared of the Beehive because they're a legit army. You think I'm playing? So
not really, but it's just funny though.
Cash Money in the 2000s ain't got shit on the Beehive.
They're getting niggas fired, dog. See, the Barbs think they're the Beehive. Shit. Nicki Minaj thinks she's like the rap Beyonce, but when Beyonce is rapping better than Nicki Minaj in 2018, that's a serious problem.
The Barbs are a bunch of basic bitches that want to stunt on social media.
Pretty much.
The Beehive is the wives and the mothers.
Grown ass wife, man.
Yeah.
Don't test the Beehive. We love the Beehive. They would attack Beyonce if they had to. I remember one time Beyonce, there was an announcement on Good Morning America. They're going like, oh, I'm making a great announcement. And the Beehive was like, oh, yay! What is it? It's a new album, girl, the new album. I'm going to come in late for work. So they stayed up late and Beyonce just announced she's becoming a vegetarian. Ooh, they were mad and they attacked Beyonce. The Beehive turned on her.
I tell you to stay your ass up.
They attacked Beyonce. They attacked their own queen.
Now,
very rarely.
Let's get to the track. That's going to lead to...
Air the laugh.
Air it. Sound the horns. Sound them.
So, before we get into this, Aubrey, we got, Aubrey kind of had himself a nice distraction.
It was cute.
It was a nice little. He did the video for
as a Degrassi fan.
As a Degrassi fan, I appreciated
yes.
that. The I'm Upset video.
Yes,
because he came out the shadows.
Right.
He finally came out the shadows, and he released the I'm Upset video, which was pretty much a Degrassi reunion. Mm-hmm. He had everybody in that bitch.
The only person that was missing was JT because he later said JT thought it was a scam, so he didn't show up.
And Sean didn't show up.
And Sean, yeah.
Sean said he didn't get the call. But yeah, but JT dead, so
it would make sense.
They should have had like a in memoriam of him.
Actually funny.
And honestly, when I was watching it, when I saw him and Spinner together, I don't even know his name. He's Spinner.
It's Spinner, man.
It was. I was looking up there and I'm like, yo, that's Jimmy and Spinner. That was my childhood right there.
They done growed up.
They grown up. My baby's done grown up.
And then I remembered, motherfucker, you been out the spotlight for 3 weeks.
And then Emma, dude, you saw how Emma looked, how Hazel looked.
And damn Emma, Manny,
Cassie Steele, and Nina Deprave, of course.
Liberty,
Liberty, all of them. I don't know what they put in that Canadian water, man.
It ain't what's in the Canadian one. It's that free healthcare.
Shit.
Anytime you get a headache, go get some prescription real quick. You ain't got to worry nothing about it.
Shit, man.
Worry about it in your taxes later.
It's been like damn near 10 years since that shit, and all of them look great. So
everybody was tripping. The ladies, especially, were tripping off of
who?
What's his name? The guy that played the nerd.
Oh, the black dude?
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know that was him until I looked at it. I was like, oh, that's him? Oh, shit.
Right.
Niggas.
all growed up. Like
all
the
of
Rugrats.
them. Degrassi, man. It was just like the Degrassi was that show, man. They really did go there.
Yeah. So as you were saying, Drake comes out same day. Well, before the video drops, literally minutes before the video drops, he comes out on Instagram. And
With the picture, the Degrassi shit.
No, the cover.
No, it was the Degrassi shit. Then it was the cover.
Okay.
Yeah, but the cover. But I called it. I said he was gonna drop June 29th. If he was,
I knew that because once the Good Music came into picture, I was like, oh, he's gonna wait.
Yeah, exactly. June.
And then that's when Push came out, and then I was like, if he wants to be an asshole, he would drop when Ye drops. But other than that,
I was saying at
wait
least
till the end
June
of the month.
22nd or
Right.
June 29th,
Right.
leading into 4th of July weekend. So I was like, okay. So June 29th, Scorpion, and the picture just looks like a fucking in memoriam after Pusha T just killed his
Memoriam
ass.
looks like a damn picture that you see on the Waves kit that you got to buy in the hair product section.
Someone had the cover art. Someone had the cover art, and they had the blackface, and it said Scorpion.
Yeah, the story of Adidon.
Oh
Picture.
man, and there's like a lot of rumors that are coming out about what was supposed to be on his response record because apparently he talked to academics.
Academics.
Well, why did you have to make that voice?
Academics.
He don't deserve that, man.
Academics. Ain't that what he did in the song? Academics.
Oh wow, you talking about that?
Academics. That was in the song.
Anyway,
Joke of a fucking song. Academics.
why'd you do that? Anyway, so
Don't blame me. He the one that made the damn video, not me.
why'd you watch it?
You didn't watch it?
No.
You lying.
Which one? There's two of them.
The actual music video that he did.
The first one, I didn't see the other one because I was tired of that.
I thought he had one video.
Yeah,
I'm
two
pretty
of
sure-
them.
I'm pretty
He
sure
did.
just had one. Yeah,
Well, the
no,
one that
yeah,
had
two.
the one that had 6ix9ine in it,
Nah, I didn't
giving
watch
him the
that
face tattoo and all
Oh,
that.
I didn't see that one.
Yeah, that's the one I saw.
Academics.
That's the one I saw.
So, Drake talked to academics via DM on Instagram, I guess, which was so fucking random. He could have talked to Breakfast Club, could have talked to Hot 97, because academics pretty much put out a rumor on Everyday Struggle. Yeah, that's still on, people. And he said that, what did he say? That there is going to be response to Pusha T's record, to Pusha's record, but it's going to be a lot toned down.
Right.
And, and he heard a little snippets of it. And he said, and Academic said in this little video that he gets this from random people. So he's like, and reference tracks and everything. So then after that, after he revealed that little shit, Drake comes in his DMs and pretty much talks to him and said, all of that's not true. So Academics was quote unquote speaking for the people and said, you're fucking up, Drake. He pretty much told him that this is your legacy's on the line with this shit. Like, you have to respond. You're letting everybody down with this. And for once, I was like, oh, wow, you actually do have a brain hack. Okay. So Drake responds to him by saying, I ain't scared of nobody. I'm all about competition. But, this was going to go to a spot that, it was going to go beyond music. So the answers will come in the form of music and blah, 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 blah. It was just a whole bunch of bullshit. Okay, Aubrey. Just a whole bunch of bullshit. I'm like, that's some more cop-out shit. Now, people think Academics are just making this shit up. I'm going like, nah, Academics has all the fuck shit he goes to. I don't think he has no reason to lie about this shit. Mm-hmm. Nah. It was just like, why is he talking to him? Why can't you? And I was like, then I realized the reason why Drake talks to people like Academics or the Zane Lowe's or the Semtexes is because he can control the narrative.
Right.
Because he knows if he goes to Breakfast Club, mainly Charlemagne, or if he goes to Hot 97, mainly Ebro and Rosenberg and shit, they're going to ask those tough questions to him that's going to have him feel a type of way. And he's going to expose himself.
I mean, the thing of it is now.
What?
You go through that, and then the fact you got his parents. Like, reports just came out, his mom came out and spoke on his behalf, saying
Yeah,
they're too
she was
grown for
surrounded by
this.
a bunch of thoughts, too. I don't know if you saw the video, but she was surrounded by a whole bunch of nice-ass females.
I saw.
I was like, why you have... you hire women like security for your mama?
But then, But she's speaking up on his behalf, and then you got Dennis Graham talking about God knows what for the last few weeks. And then he gets into the Me Too comments.
You should have just never been in their room.
Yeah,
Like,
and then, like... He clearly, you need to take Pusha's advice. Dennis Graham, stay off the gram, bitch, I'm on one.
Yeah. It's like everybody is speaking up for Drake. Except for Drake himself.
Yeah.
No, but Drake goes to talk to Academics, and because he went to him so he could spread his message.
Right. Well, speaking of the Me Too, kind of do a quick segue. Did you hear about Jamie Foxx?
Oh God.
Oh God. Yeah, we heard. You can tell the people.
You be the judge of this.
We heard.
Jamie Foxx is accused of dick slapping a woman in 2002 during
something.
I'm not going to call it sexual misconduct because from the reports they both engaged in activities that they were both agreed upon. But like apparently it. I mean, I'm not trying to make fun of this, but like I'm like looking at it and I'm like, this nigga want to be Wesley Pipes or something? Like, what the hell is he doing?
Wesley Pipes, man. That nigga could never shut the fuck
That's
up.
a wild boy.
That's a wild boy.
That's a wild ass boy.
That's a wild boy.
If you watch the kind of movies that we talking about right now, like I thought I don't know about you, but I actually had to test that on somebody like to see if I can get away with that. And I will say this: you got to be firm in your vindictions when you do it, because if you do it properly, you will be the man. Like that is not just made up for the camera. Like that, I'm just gonna leave it at that. But Wesley Pipes a wild boy.
So
you got that going. On, and then I'm not gonna say that was funny, but to a lesser comedic side, then you know the footage with Lil' Kim and Mano.
Oh yeah,
when she was getting her award for
what's she getting an award?
Some with New York.
Some New York shit.
But Mano was around the area and he kept touching on her, grabbing her, and like you could tell from the reactions, like
hell no, she wasn't feeling.
But he kept doing it, and so it was kind of one of those things where it's like,
this is awkward.
Yeah.
But anyway, besides back to Drake. Drake's having hella people speak up for him, and Scorpion comes out next week, which is going to be pretty interesting. Next Friday.
Yeah, technically next Friday, but we still got to get through this Friday.
No. That's what I said. Next week,
right?
You got to get ready for next.
Technically in 2 weeks.
We got
2 Fridays from now.
2 Fridays from now. Not this Friday, because Tiana Taylor. Then the Friday after, we got Drake and the Arbery's.
You said Drake and Aubrey, bro.
Drake and the Arbery's, like a group.
And the Aubrey's. Okay, my fault.
They call them. You know what they call Drake's Hive? They call them the Arbery's Angels. That's what somebody calls them. No, someone jokingly called them. I don't think they call them that.
Don't come in my mentions now that I know that.
I was gonna say that actually.
Do not come in my
like.
Do not come in my mentions now that I know that.
Arbery's Angels. Okay, so Aubrey. So that all leads. So everyone's pretty much getting at Drake. Pusha's getting at him, all this shit. So then that leads us back into everything is love, but everything all ain't love.
Nah. So before we get into Jay going off again, B was talking to Top.
Yep.
My great-great-grandchildren already rich. That's a lot of brown children on your Forbes list. Like,
sheesh.
My great-great-grandchildren.
My great.
Not even your grandchildren. My great-great-grandchildren.
Look at all that money they built up, man. Both of them.
Both of them together.
Both of them. Their entire careers. Like, of course. That's not even far-fetched at all.
That's money. That's money.
Money, motherfuckers.
Yeah.
So Beyonce talking her shit.
Now, Jay.
Now. See, I've been waiting for this moment for a while when it comes to Aubrey. When it comes to Drake versus Aubrey. So, you start spinning, I guess.
100 million crib, 3 million watch, all facts. No cap, false, nigga. You not a boss. You got a boss.
When I heard that, I was like, my ears perked up. Like, oh.
Niggas getting jerked. That shit hurts. I take it personally. Niggas rather work for the man than to work with me. Just so they can pretend they on my level. That shit is irking to me.
When I heard that, I was like, he's talking to Drake. Because if y'all don't know, Drake was supposed to originally be with Tidal with Hove.
Yeah.
He was originally supposed to be there, and he was all signed up. And they were supposed to do the press conference and everything with all those artists from Kanye, Madonna, Nicki, all that shit. And then when it came time for the press conference, at the very last moment, Drake said, "Nah."
I'm going with,
and then and then 2 weeks, and then a few weeks later, a month or two later, he sees him at Apple Music, and he's like, "Word."
Yeah.
So I think Hov took that shit personally because it's like you went back on your word with me.
Now to complete it, pride always goeth before the fall, almost certainly. It's disturbing what I gross.
What I gross.
Survey says you not even close.
See now. When he said that, so the other part about that is like, it's funny that he's saying that because he's trying to compare himself to Jay with Summer 16 saying that he's become Jay.
OVO's the new Rockefeller.
OVO's the new Rockefeller. He's really just trying to be. He thinks he's Jay-Z now. He think he's making Jay-Z money. When in reality, you're not making it. You're not even close to being on my level.
And to let you listeners know that we're not just making this up because we have it quote unquote out for Drake. Let's finish this rhyme. Mm-hmm. Everybody's bosses till it's time to pay for the office. Till them invoices separate the men from the boys. Over here, we measure success by how many people successful next to you. Here we say you broke if everybody gets broke except for you.
Boss. Now, the invoice line I didn't catch on until later. I was like, oh, so he recorded this shit recently.
Yeah.
That's how I was like, so you recorded this shit recently. Like, oh, okay. Oh, and it was just like, everything was clicking together. Like, oh, so you were watching. The invoice. And then the line that really got me going was when he said everyone around you was broke except for you. So then, because at first I was thinking he was talking to Kanye, but then when I heard that part, I'm going like, everyone around Kanye is damn near successful.
Right.
So I'm like, he's talking about Drake, and I thought about OVO, and I was like, oh, he said pretty much everyone in OVO is broke except for you. That's not boss shit. You don't have no one from OVO around. Oh, Drake, what you gonna say? What you gonna say to Big Hove, to Big Sean Carter? Ooh, it's just, what's your viewpoint?
Scary hours.
Now you got Jay on your neck. Now everyone's going after him now.
I'm just looking at this and I'm just like
throwing jazz for
yeah, they have, but this
I think
is
it's
a
just
clear one.
the fact that it's gotten to this point now. It comes conveniently right after Push silenced him and pretty much took away his smoke card, and then you just go back and look at it like.
And then Beyonce was doing ad libs on that verse
ad libs
too.
for that, and then you just go back and think about it. You're like, Drug Dealers Anonymous really
fucked up his summer.
Put him in a corner.
They fucked up his summer.
Like, and for those who don't know, you go back 2 years ago when Push and Jay dropped the song "Drug Dealers Anonymous."
Oh man, I love that damn record, man.
Like, Drug Dealers Anonymous really backed him into a corner. Mm-hmm. Because now remember, he's, for all intents and purposes, he's given up his smoke raps. He can't come back now that there's no response.
Yeah, he can't.
So now you have something like this where he can't even go back and redo one song
because the album comes out in 2 weeks. He can't.
But even that, like, he can't. Even if they granted him clearance to have 24 hours to go back, he can't even. He turned in his card. We don't look at you the same way.
He can't say nothing now. I mean, you should have listened to him on Light Up, homie. You should have listened to him.
Drake,
that was pretty much his way of saying this. You should have listened to me, and now you trying to talk sideways to me? Because I've heard stories that him and Jay-Z ain't really cool like that. They're cordial with each other, but they see each other on some business shit.
I said this earlier when we were having a conversation. Hip hop right now is like organized crime, the mafia.
I mean, Pusha said everyone's fighting for real estate. He said this was going to happen in June.
Yeah, like, and what I mean by that is you got families all over. So you got Top Dog, Dreamville, MMG, you know what I'm saying? All these families are around. And there's always the case where when it's time for new succession to take over for one family, there's always the new boss that just feels like he's up above all the laws that the commission have set forward. Drake was that one. So now he's doing stuff that has all these families looking at him like, it's going to come back to get you in the ass. And when it comes back to get you in the ass, we all going to take advantage of that.
Yep.
Like, you can have your fun now and you could be showing out for all these cameras, but just remember that you still got to, if you're going to deal with that kind of business, you still got to deal with us. So now it's at a point where one of the underbosses from one of the families done went and lured him into a trap, and he done got at him, and now the boss of bosses at his family
is putting his 2 cents in.
Right, because, you know, even though Kanye and Jay aren't on good terms, I guarantee you something goes wrong, you know, health-wise with one of them, they gonna step in. That's family regardless.
Yes.
So Good and Rock is still family. So you're looking at an underboss from one family that's connected with the boss of all bosses. So he sees it, and now he's like, okay, cool. You handled all that dirty work for me. Now I could just really get him in this
48 laws of power.
Now I can just really slip the knife real silently just to make him feel it.
Get other people to do your work for you.
Right.
See, Hov mastered that shit. Oh, Aubrey, how did you fall for that? You knew it was coming too, because he always talked about the higher ups are coming after me. Like, he knew, what's his name? Hov was coming for him.
Right.
Ah, damn. This is gonna be a cruel summer for him.
Yeah. They really fucked up his summer.
I love it.
They really fucked up. We were talking about it. They fucked up his summer.
Yeah, bruh.
Kanye fucked up his summer.
His money got fucked up with Adidas. He had to push the album back because I guarantee the album was going to come out earlier.
Yep.
But then the rollout with the Good Fridays definitely pushed it back.
Yep.
Then you got Push exposing them, which again further messes up the Adidas money because then you introduce your child. Everything was supposed to come out on the album. Everybody knows now.
Jay Prince came out and was speaking for you and shit.
Now you have what was perceived to be Drake's first Father's Day, and everybody's laughing at him on social media. Mm-hmm. All the memes that went down on Father's Day.
I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, that went down yesterday.
Levels. Then you got these albums that came out that are pretty much are gonna overshadow him because I think he wanted June for himself.
Right.
He knew that Kanye was coming, but he wanted June for himself.
This was gonna be the dominant summer
for him.
For him in all aspects.
Just like what Kendrick had last year with Damn. This was supposed to be his year.
I mean, think about that. Yeah, think about that. Just think about that. You go back to April 2017. What was it? It was only 2 weeks from the time where Kendrick dropped.
It was a week.
The Heart Part 4.
And then
he drops the video and the song and the single for Humble, and then the album comes.
Pre-ordered in the album, but yeah, I know what you mean.
You know what I'm saying? So it's that was his rollout, and he pretty much, and then it goes into Coachella.
Yeah,
that whole April up until the summer, everybody was talking about Kendrick,
and no one was talking about More Life no more.
And the only reason we stopped talking about Kendrick was because Jay-Z came back in the picture and dropped 444.
Mm-hmm.
So now Drake's looking at that. I guarantee he's looking at that from the standpoint of, I want that. I'm owed that. Views didn't do that. And the playlist music,
I mean, Views
was supposed to kind of get the buzz. But
like sales-wise, I'm cool. But when it came to how hip-hop is perceiving me now.
And the ratings.
And shit.
It wasn't there. So now he's looking at it like, and it shows with Scary Hours. He comes out, let me test these records and see which one's going to work.
Exactly.
God's plan fell through. Okay, let's roll with that, and now let's build on that.
Nice for what?
Okay, nice for what worked. Okay, so then I have this record upset. Well, Push is talking about me. Let me drop Duppy Freestyle. Hey, they're on my side. I actually got some kudos. Now let me capitalize that and show him a boss, and that's where he messed up.
See, and you see how J.C. broke all that down?
It's not hate.
Co-host.
It's not hate.
Facts. We saw what you were doing.
We're seeing what's being presented to us. It's just some of y'all just don't want to look at it from this
perspective.
He's
gonna sell a lot, and that's
we know
all
he's gonna sell, man.
Say.
We know he's gonna sell.
All pop artists do.
Hey, thank you.
But when it comes to this rap shit, damn, this is bad for him. Damn, that's all I kept thinking about. And now, I guess, God rest his soul, Triple X died, and now everyone's talking about him now. The spotlight is hogged up now. It's not for him. It's hogged up.
Meanwhile, and then let's get into this now. You talk about a horrible day to drop even for June 29th. June 29th is the date that LeBron has to decide to opt out of his contract. Where do you think the attention is going to be?
Oh, my God. That's fucked. Damn, I just put my head down. I just didn't think about that. Yeah, so it was a big day for Drake and fucking LeBron.
Wow.
Damn.
Where do you think everybody's minds is going to be? Drake or LeBron?
Watch him say, I'm going to go to the Lakers. And what if the music is lackluster?
Now, West Coast is freaking gone.
Now, of course, it's not going to happen on that day. That's just the day whether he decides he's going to opt in or opt out.
With the Cavs or...
But the reason I bring that up is, let's just get into it real quick. Kawhi Leonard officially came out and said he wants to be traded. Now, Greg Popovich has already said he's not going to help out a West Coast team, so it's... Even though he said LA is his preferred destination, which could be the Lakers or the Clippers.
Yeah.
Could be either or. Pop's not going to help a West Coast team. So now the Cavs have been on the phone. The Celtics have been on the phone. That's going to determine whether LeBron either opts out or at least opts back in for one more year, and then they both decide what they're going to do next offseason.
And just a step
All
back.
this goes into play when Drake is trying to he's just trying to find one moment for himself. I mean, think about this. He dropped the video for the Degrassi reunion on Wednesday night.
2 days later...
We forgot that it even came out yesterday when we were putting the rundowns down.
Everyone was thinking about, because of who came out.
Right. Like, we were going through the rundown, and I'm like, oh shit, where do we put this? Like, we got to find out somewhere to put this.
I was really thinking about talking about it. I was like, I don't really want to talk about this. And then fucking NASIR happens.
Right.
And then the wait for NASIR. Then after we were really focusing on NASIR, the Carters dropped their shit. And it's like, oh, sorry, Drake, you had 2 days. And then that shit went away. So now what's your plan? What's your plan now? You better, honestly, he better
hope. That better be fire, man.
That best be, it's not going to be fire.
Well, I know. I'm just saying that.
No, it's not.
I'm just giving hope to Aubrey's Angels. Just giving hope to Aubrey's Angels.
It's going to be regular Drake. It's going to have...
I heard those 3 singles. I know what that album's going to be.
We all know what that album's going to be. He going to sell well. What if, he going to sell well. He's going to probably go gold in its opening day because of,
he's probably going to be 3 times platinum because of the singles. Well, that's another thing, too. Don't the IRAA rules change when he drops?
No, it's still gonna help him though. He's still.
No, that's what I'm saying. But don't they change? They change in his favor, right?
No, they changed in his favor, in Drake's favor. Yes.
So that's though it helps out it helps out in the way he pushed the album back.
Yeah.
But in retrospect, because of all the music and the quality music dropping, it doesn't help him.
Nope.
Yeah.
So
I mean, he goes on tour next month, so he has
this move only helps him numbers wise, quality wise. He's got to come with it.
He really is having a rough year. I mean,
and it started off so well.
I mean, yeah.
Like, think about it. Just months ago, he was passing out money in a video, and everybody was praising him for it.
Right, man. We saw through that bullshit though.
I'm upset.
Now
Now he's really upset.
No,
I want to see what it's like when you get angry.
Yeah, you go do that. But like I said, you got 2 weeks, Aubrey. Tick, tick, tick. This album better be good.
Yeah.
We're gonna be here and roast it. Every single track.
Yes. Yeah.
Wait, do I gotta listen to that shit?
Yes.
Fuck.
Yes.
It's Drake. You have to talk.
Shit.
What, you never listen? You hate listening to Drake albums or something?
Have you heard his voice?
I mean, yeah.
Dude, I'm
Yeah.
saying it. Exactly.
Yeah.
Perfect freaking example.
And I just style with my flow.
Let's style with my, especially
You
when
guys don't even see the hands moving. I mean,
Yeah.
he doesn't do that no more. He just jumps around like a cheerleader.
I was like his damn rapping Tony Ayo. Tony Ayo would do with his face. That was like what his hand was doing on the beat.
Drake is like the only artist I really have not bought an album for. I never go out my way and bought his. I mean, none was the same. I was really thinking about it. I was like, nah, I don't want to. See,
Kendrick, I bought all the albums, even Section 80. I bought all of them. Cole, I bought
They
two.
actually put out physicals for Section 80?
The digital.
Oh, wow. Yeah. See, I like physicals. So if I...
At the time, it was...
Yeah.
He was still virtually... I want to call him a nobody because Cole gave him the cosign for overly dedicated.
And Drake did too.
Well, overly dedicated.
Yeah,
and then going in... Obviously,
Buried
later.
Alive. But yeah, I know what you mean. This is...
Cole, I bought two. 2014 Forest Hills Drive and then KOD.
Drake is gonna snap on tour.
Crit, we all know how much of a big fan I'm. Crit, I bought 3 Crit albums in the last 2.
I said Drake's gonna snap on tour. Something gonna happen when he gonna snap.
That's why he added those 11 extra dates.
Kanye or what?
Just no, I don't know.
He's losing his whole shit.
I don't think he's gonna. I think he's gonna get into a fight with somebody.
He don't have a breakdown at some point.
A fight?
Like a physical. He's gonna get in some conversation with somebody who's gonna be caught on TMZ.
Drake.
Yes, like not like a fight, but like a shouting, pushing match where he's.
Better not be Puff.
He's gonna get.
I just smack him with the other hand.
I just see him just get.
Better not be T.I.
He's gonna lose his shit over something. That's what
piss on him again.
I just see he's gonna lose his shit. Somewhere, sometime he's gonna lose it. So, sorry, yeah.
Yeah.
But anyway, let's continue on.
Uncle Snoop don't know how to use title.
That was funny.
He looked at that shit like it's futuristic. Like he honestly does not know how to use title.
How does he not?
Like it was some futuristic app that he just had no grasp of, and I'm like, that's just when you realize you've smoked entirely too much weed.
Snoop beat, man. You just
possible.
man.
I didn't think it was.
It's not even possible.
I think it
Snoop
was
is
until
on Instagram and social media. He always looks high. That's sometimes because he's on it 24/7. Sometimes like, and then I see like shit that he's working on. I'm like, how did you manage to get this done?
Yeah. Right.
Like the uncles, like the Coach Snoop. I'm like, you coach a football
Coach
team,
Snoop,
and then I'm watching the Martha Stewart.
Martha
shit,
Stewart show, and then he has
Play
the other show, the game show.
Oh yeah, that new game show.
Yeah,
And then
like,
you record albums at the same time, and yet you still on Instagram. How do you find time to do all that?
I love Uncle Snoop, man.
I like Snoop
Shout
too,
out to Uncle
but
Snoop. But
still.
that was funny. He said he didn't know he used title, and I was like, huh? All right.
High ass nigga.
And then to close out the whole thing, Wale and Eric Bellinger, they're gonna be in the works. They're gonna drop a joint project.
Wale was kind of acting weird lately.
I saw. It was on what? It was on Hot
Hot
97,
97
right?
was on Peter Rosenberg. They had a pretty awkward interview. Oh, he alright.
Me too.
So, there's another album that came out that really surprised me, and I kind of found out on a fluke. I didn't find out on a fluke. I knew she was coming, but I didn't think I was going to listen to it. So, Christina Aguilera, Genie in the Bottle, Miss Christina Aguilera, she dropped an album. It's like, I guess you could say it's a comeback album because she dropped another one like a few years ago that flopped. But, you know, she just want to be liberated.
Liberation.
Called Liberation. And, you know, I was kind of just like, okay, whatever, Christina Aguilera. Let me just listen to this because I really, really like not Liberation. What's it called? Back to Basics.
Yeah.
The one that DJ Premier helped produce and shit like that. That was a real good album. That was one of her best albums. So I'm like, okay, let's see how this shit goes. So I listened to like the first 2 tracks and I'm like, okay, whatever.
Reminded me of Jaden Smith's. You know, how just he had the 4 intros, kind of.
Yeah, there was 2 intros.
Yeah, it's like that was kind of the fly. I liked it. It's cool.
And then we get to Maria.
Yeah.
And it had the little Michael Jackson cameo. I was like, oh, hold up. And I go on Tidal to see who produced it, and lo and fucking behold, Kanye West produced that shit. And Mike Dean, of course.
Yeah.
And Christina was singing her fucking ass off on that shit.
She sounded good on this album. She
And
sounded real
I was
good.
going through it, and then Gold Link was on there, like I do. I was like, what the fuck? And then Pipe with XNDA.
Yo, Pipe is I'm gonna just say this about this album. This was liberation for all the middle-aged wives and divorcees and mothers to reconnect with their inner whore. And I'll say this: I support that message. I wholeheartedly support that.
I love MILFs.
I support.
I love MILFs.
Boy, do I support that message. When I heard Pipe, I hit Larissa and I was like, hey, you remember my birthday on Saturday.
Give me a hell yeah!
You know that too much info, man. Y'all just be putting that shit. I know y'all couples, but shit, man.
Hey. Ain't in the high, man.
Hey, I know. Right Moves was good. Deserve was good. Like, Christina was doing her shit.
And of course, we talked
this.
about the video, this Accelerate video with Ty and 2 Chainz.
But then you got Fall in Line with Demi Lovato, and Demi Lovato was singing her ass off on that. Demi Lovato.
I want to see that video.
Yeah, they were.
Had a moment.
But, speaking of liberation, Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
1984 is going to be set place in the 80s, and I guess I saw like a video of, what's her name? Gail
Gadot.
Gail
Gadot.
Gadot.
One of the two.
Hey! Saw her running and shit like that, and she was wearing like a 4.4 the way she was running. And, so that was cool.
He was up there, yeah.
But Wonder Woman's pretty, and and I guess DC kind of released a statement, like the studio's executives released a statement about their movies when it comes to the DC movies, like WB, and they're going like, well, he's got to make better movies, and the movies are going to be really better now. Yeah, okay. The best movie coming from the whole shit was Wonder Woman. Yeah. That's the best one was Wonder Woman, and I like Wonder Woman. Oh man,
and that's not even to clown Gail Gadot and her role in this situation, like to say, they've been like she did phenomenal. It's just if you told me you were gonna give me films by Superman, Batman,
and the same movie,
and Wonder Woman, and Wonder Woman was going to have the one that was the better quality, I'd shoot that down in a heartbeat.
Well, it happened.
It has nothing to do with being sexist. None of that. It's Batman and Superman.
Period.
It's Batman and Superman.
I said period.
I wasn't talking to you. I was just re-emphasizing it for the listeners. I was hoping you were going to do the period again. But once again, you failed me.
I didn't. No, but it was nothing. It was like, what more can you say to that? How the hell? No, I'm trying to think. How the hell does Ant-Man have a better movie than Batman vs. Superman?
Speak on it.
Ant-Man. Think about that for a second. How Ant-Man, the most weakest person from the Avengers, has the weakest is better than Batman vs. Superman. That don't make no damn sense.
And he had T.I. in there.
What's that got to do with anything?
I mean, the fact he had T.I. using big words and it's still the better film.
Okay. So, speaking of movies, went to the movies, of course. When all this shit was going down.
I'm mad at you, man. I'm jealous. Every movie you saw, I wanted to go see. I just didn't have the time to go see.
You should have saw Incredibles 2, man.
Can't go see it yet. Larissa wants to go see it, but she hasn't seen the first one yet. She's not a movie head.
I know. We just giving you a moment of silence.
I know. So please just explain without explaining, because I've been avoiding anything Incredibles related.
Well, pretty much it takes place exactly.
I know
catches up exactly what. That's all you need to know. Catches up exactly where the last one left off.
I'm happy.
There you go.
I'm happy.
You should watch the Disney short too. You know how they always have. See, I don't know how Disney does this shit, man. But they always make these good ass movies, man. I'm 30 years old and I'm still going to see a fucking animated movie. And the thing about this animated movie was that it didn't feel like a kids movie. It didn't feel like a family movie. Yeah. It actually felt like an adult movie.
That's the dope thing about Pixar, though. Pixar does a great job doing that.
Yeah.
No, for sure.
Like
That's what I was about to say.
I could go back and look at all the movies that came out when we were younger.
Yeah.
And I still get the same feeling. It's not like because it has that effect. You watch certain things when you're older, and you're like, "What the hell was I watching?"
Shit.
I go back to Pixar
Disney,
majority.
No, just
Disney
and Pixar together.
You know what I mean?
Or Aladdin.
Yeah.
Beauty and the Beast. All that shit,
Everything.
man.
Snow White.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, those stories are just timeless stories, man.
And they still hold up.
Even though they're not the best stories for young girls, but I'll get into that later.
Well, yeah.
They showed the trailer for Wreck-It Ralph. They showed the trailer for Wreck-It Ralph Break the Internet, Wreck-It Ralph 2, and there was a scene where Glitch shows up in front of all the Disney princesses from Mulan and all that shit. Oh, speaking of Disney, E3 announced that Kingdom Hearts 3 is coming out.
Yeah.
Finally.
Yeah.
So I guess have you played Kingdom Hearts? Damn. You ever play Kingdom Hearts?
I played it.
Both of them?
Nah.
It's the first one.
Oh, wow. I played both of them. See,
Yeah.
Kingdom Hearts 3 is on detox status until it comes out next year. They say it's officially coming out January of next year.
We'll believe it when we see it.
Exactly.
I got you.
But they showed the kind of trailer and they have, dude, the graphics they got, they're even impressing Disney artists. It's like, how the hell do y'all draw that?
Not bad.
Even Pirates of the Caribbean, they brought them back, and the animation for that is better than the actual official game.
Not bad. I'll take that.
But Square Fix, they done Final Fantasy. They've been working on this. They've been working on this game for fucking decades.
I will take that. I got that.
They're gonna bring Toy Story into it. I would not be surprised if the Avengers show up.
Now, I heard Superfly was like a high budget Master P production, but it was better than what people anticipated.
It was. I saw that movie too. It could have been a TV show. To be honest,
Okay.
it could have been on. It could have been on Stars. It could have been a Netflix original movie, pretty much.
See, it was gonna be a situation where I was just gonna wait for it to hit the Fire Stick.
Honestly, it is kind of one of those movies too.
But considering that, of course, I have Movie Pass, I'm just like, I'll go see it on a regular day then.
You should bring Larissa along. It's one of those movies.
Okay.
And I saw Tag.
Is it as funny as I think it was?
Yes,
Okay, cool.
it's even funnier than I thought it would be.
Bet.
Actually,
I saw that, and I was like, that is a dope ass concept.
It actually happened.
that.
It actually happened. It actually happened.
It was actually based on a true
It's
story.
based. It literally is based on a true
Yeah.
story.
All right.
The friends decide to keep playing tag. They go
For
through.
30 years, bro. Can
Yeah.
you imagine that shit?
Like you grow up, and then all of a sudden you hit Wall Street, and then you just see this motherfucker running in the damn building.
Right over there. You're it.
Running around.
Looking at that like, I want to play.
Yeah, that's a real good movie.
Yeah. Well, speaking of Superfly, they dropped disc 2, so there's a whole other disc
I
after
did
we
not
reviewed
know.
it.
I didn't listen to that shit.
So I went back and listened to disc 2. Disc 2 is hard.
Better than the first disc?
Yes. Yes.
Wow.
I don't know if you heard, but one of the tracks, Rick Ross, Smith & Wesson from Duck Down, over a Ninth Wonder beat.
Wow.
Yeah. I listened
And
to
it's
that
just
part.
as epic as it sounds.
That was dope. That was
Capone Suite. That's the name of the track. And I heard that, and shout out to Big Business. I heard that he was running wild, and I was like, fam. And I put the picture up, a screenshot of the song on my Apple Music. And then I put a picture of Tiger Woods when he's just like, his hands over his fucked up hair and his hat's flying off. I'm just like, bro, I'm there. Like, I can't believe this. Like, Rick Ross is somebody I gave 5 years time from hustling. I gave him 5 years from the first time I heard Hustling. So I was like, he drop one record. He maybe drop another one that'll show up on E1 Music, and he'll be out of here.
Right.
I am so glad I was wrong.
yeah.
That man done built an empire.
Yeah.
An
that
empire.
music.
Yes. Shouts out to Ross. So you covered the Christina Aguilera album. There was one that I missed that came out last week, but I had time to finally get to it. Neo dropped. Came out with Good Music, or Good Man. Good Music. Good Man.
It was good music. From what you told me.
And Good Man. So I saw it and I kind of laughed.
I laughed too.
I laughed at it because I was like, huh.
That nigga still
Neo,
making
like,
music?
man, still making music, huh? 4 songs in, I'm like,
Then I remember
Neo still kind of got a touch to it.
Neil's still dope, man.
Then I get to, because I was listening to the deluxe version.
Oh.
So then I get about halfway into it and I'm like, Neo still got gems.
How many tracks?
So the regular version has 17, deluxe has 20. So it's just 3 bonus. Not the, you know what I'm saying? It's not obviously not going to be up with his better records, but
Because of You was his best one.
yeah. I was surprised with this and I was happy with it. LA Nights is a good record. You Deserve is an awesome. So they got Stefan Don. She's on Pushback.
Oh.
A nice summer. If you liked I Like That with Cardi, you're going to like this one. Nice summer record.
Okay.
Now, my favorite, On Your Mind, featuring OVO's Party Next Door.
Party Next Door popping up a lot lately now.
And I owe him an apology. I am not calling him Kickback Around the Block anymore. I am now realizing that is all Drake.
Yeah.
That is his fault. Why he was
kicked
putting
back around
out-
the block.
yeah. Because these records that he's showing up on, I'm like, yo.
Also, you do got talent.
Yo. So this track, On Your Mind, in the same stratosphere that I put was the track with Jacquees and Trey Songz, Inside. I put that up there. Nice track that if you want to set the mood with your lady, Handle business with that.
Party Next Door was on that song with Future too on the Superfly soundtrack. That was dope. And then this track, and he was on Kanye's album, which he had good vocals on. He's popping up on random ass tracks, and it's
it
like
ain't got nothing to do with Drake.
And it's like, oh, so this is what happens when you buy yourself, and Arbery doesn't take your records.
And to make matters worse, again to show how mafia like this is, he shows up on a record with Kanye, where the underboss of good music just went at Drake, and Drake's quote unquote diss was aimed at Kanye, who Party Next Door just did a few records for.
Yep.
So
hey, Party Next Door minding his business.
Yeah,
not my business.
Mind his business, getting his bags that Drake was not willing to give him. I'm not mad at it. You gotta do what you gotta do.
Oh yeah.
Eric Bellinger shows up on here for the track Hotbox, another good song. So overall, like, check it out. Definitely want to check out. I'll say that.
You said the Uncle Drew soundtrack was pretty dope too.
Uncle Drew, yeah. So Uncle Drew had some low key gems. Like I want to call it gems, but he had some heat for the summer.
And that came out this week too. Oh wow!
So Uncle Drew, of course, Uncle Drew comes out the day Scorpion drops. Now I know Uncle Drew ain't gonna be that good of a movie, but if you a sports head like me, you're gonna go see it anyways.
Sure.
Like it is,
Shaq is in it.
Right.
Kyrie's in it. I'm there.
Yeah.
Reggie Miller.
Lisa Leslie, even Nate Robinson's in that mug.
See, he should have just dropped in October.
I mean, if we being buck.
I mean,
because I guarantee that album's gonna sound like fall.
Yeah, Scorpio. Yeah, that's what Views sound. The Views came out in fucking when?
April, and it sounded like December.
It sounded like December music. Like, dude, what the fuck is up with you, Arbery?
Weirdo. It got some heat on here. So G-Eazy and Yo Gotti and YB and NASIR.
That's just
1942.
swag.
Wait a minute, YB and NASIR. That's the one that was on?
Yes, he was on the freshman.
Okay.
That's the dude I was telling you.
Okay, all right.
Wow.
All right, hey, talk about connecting it. Hey, it all connects.
Hey.
Okay. So I have heard of him. All right, he got them. Yeah, so 1942. I like that joint. My favorite off of this, Tone Stith and 2 Chainz, Light Flex. That was, so the Stereotypes produced it. You know the Stereotypes, they produced some joints for Chris Brown.
Yeah.
This is that 90s pop juke dance, New Jack Swing type feel on the record.
Ooh, okay.
Nice for the summertime. It is very. I will fight you to the death to put it on this month's playlist.
Well, go ahead.
Like, that's how it
die
may.
on that hill.
it may just be one of them records that may not go past the summer, but I'll be damned if we don't put it on one of our summer playlists. Like it's a good record.
Oh, Ballin' from the what?
Ballin' from So Logic from Young Sinatra, Welcome to Forever back in 2013. They got Ballin' on here. They just took Castro off. And then even Kyrie Irving recorded.
I saw that.
I seen it. I wanted to hear it, but
Well, he's not rapping. He's vocalizing.
He's singing.
Really?
Yeah.
He has a good voice.
It's not as bad as I thought it was going to be.
Wow.
And you see a name like Lunch Money Lewis, you're like, what's Lunch Money Lewis going to bring? Lunch Money Lewis provided a very serviceable rap. It's not anything that's going to knock you off your feet, but I'm telling you, this album for summertime, overall, and that song, like, yeah, we can play this. I'll play the song for you later. It's,
for sure.
Bruh. I was cool with this project for what it was. Like, I feel good in my prediction with the soundtracks. Like, last week with Superfly with just the first disc, I was kind of like, But then they dropped the second part, and then they dropped this.
I think when you see the movie, you might want to go and revisit the first half.
Okay.
Because it might coordinate a little bit more.
Did it do it for you?
Yeah, actually, I didn't go back and listen to it, but I was like, I'm gonna go and re-listen to the whole album now because the soundtrack is pretty good.
Well, see, that's what I'm thinking for Uncle Drew, where Uncle Drew is it's just a film they just threw together. But I'm thinking the music is gonna be the stuff that gets you hyped to go along with the scenes that they're doing.
Yeah,
so music is good. It gets you hyped.
So Black Panther, Superfly, and the Uncle Drew soundtrack.
I mean, we're up to a good track.
Hey,
I was going back when I was talking about Neo. Had me thinking about just like old cats in the game making comebacks and whatnot. They brought me back to G Unit. So 50 put up that Lloyd Banks was going independent. He was no longer with G Unit, but then he took the post down. So now it's kind of like nobody said anything after the fact. So now it's kind of like one of those things where it's like, I guess we kind of wait until the next tape where the album comes from Lloyd to see what's going down.
Yeah.
But then you got Young Buck. I don't know if you've seen Buck.
He said he's the new leader of G Unit. Didn't he say? That's why I saw the caption. I'm like, I'm not watching. See, every time I see some stupid shit, I just keep scrolling. Like,
no. What he was commenting on was 50 in Rosenberg's office. So now they're doing speculation because G Unit's no longer Interscope, and I think their deal with Capitol and Caroline's up.
Yeah,
so there's a possibility
this is where that conflict of interest comes.
Exactly, but I'm excited for Buck because Buck's been posting music with damn, it sucks. I'm forgetting right now because it's a West Coast legend.
Game?
Battle Cat.
Oh.
Battle Cat's been working on music, and they've been posting on Instagram, and that shit the slaps on that motherfucker sound amazing.
See, him and G Unit, 50. I'm not saying 50 and G Unit. They have such an up and down rocky relationship.
They do.
Like I remember their little comeback in 2014, which was really fucking dope. I remember their freestyle of 0 to 100.
Right.
That was fucking fire. Or the one when they're talking about the police and shit.
Yeah.
That was fire. Everything that they dropped around that time period was fucking fire.
Oh, you couldn't lose.
And then they just, I don't know what happened.
The beef, the internal beef with Game. They had too short of a run to go through. I expected them to have a nice 5-year run. That run lasted for 2 years.
I blame Game. I blame 50 for that. I really blame 50 for that.
He didn't play his role.
50 should have just knew his role and just listen
And in
to
saying that, we knew 50 was it. He was the bar. 50 was in a position where, because it's rare when you're in that position where you're a hardcore 100% street cat, but you're the cash cow.
Right.
Which meant that the labels were going to go where 50 took him.
Yeah.
Right.
He had that access, and he screwed it up because
His ego.
The ego got in the way.
His ego got in the way.
I don't think he realized how much Game really carried the West Coast at that
Exactly.
time. Like,
it wasn't like he was just a soldier. Like he came in. He was.
When you heard
he was in a
documentary,
capo scenario.
When you heard documentary and you hear how great that album was, it was like 50. You need to get the fuck out the way and let Game do what he has to do. You don't have to like him, but bro.
And the thing is, he messed up the West Coast money.
He sure did.
That could have opened up a whole other pipeline because, and it's no disrespect to Spider Loc, but Spider Loc he didn't have the star effect.
Trash.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
He
Like,
didn't have the pen.
right.
You know what I'm saying? Like Game,
He
got bars.
Spider Loc
Spider
was somebody you bring on the label for the features, and then you do the mixtapes. Like
Yeah.
you go all out for the mixtapes.
Yeah,
with.
for sure.
But in terms of pushing, he didn't have what Nipsey has.
Yeah.
Nipsey had star quality.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I hear you.
Spider Loc had he had some raps. There were some cool tracks.
Didn't
there, but he
Game
was,
tell him the other reason why niggas put beat on Madden to Spider Loc? Was that someone else?
I wouldn't, honestly, the way them disses flew back in 2005, I wouldn't doubt it. I couldn't keep up.
Nah.
Yeah, so we're talking about them, and then on social media, everybody started bringing up Jason Weaver.
Oh yeah, because they were showing him singing "I Can't Wait to Be King."
Yeah, and then a whole bunch of people were like, I didn't know he sang that, and then they showed pictures of him being Little Mike.
Oh yeah, I knew that.
And then everybody's like, I didn't know that was him, and I'm like, yo,
really?
Well, come on, man. Like, time out. I said last time, we're gonna have to put some respect on Will Smith's name. I may have to just start a segment each week from now on where I just start picking cats. You just gotta put respect on their name. We gonna put some respect on Jason Weaver's name, okay? And we're not gonna do this.
Well,
the man was young Simba and little Michael Jackson.
And Smart Guy's brother.
And Marcus and Smart Guy. And then he went to Atlanta and he was Teddy, putting all the grills up in the mouth. He was the streets Paul Wall.
What?
You know what I'm saying? Like, put some hey man, put some respect on Jason Weaver's name. And he was in Drumline.
Yeah, I know. I mean, who you talking to? I know.
Like, come on, man. Let's put some respect on this man's name, man.
I don't even know his name was Jason Weaver. I thought his name was just
Jay Weave on the Chingy single, One Call Away.
Oh yeah, dude, you were my baby.
I'm only one call away.
Anyway, so we get a little bit on sports. Touch on that.
So
shit.
and then the follow up with Kyrie. So Kyrie actually took to social media.
Apologize to Kalani publicly after.
Yeah, basically saying I guess people were showing up at Kalani's shows and
They've been doing that.
were just downright, just man.
Yeah, she kicked somebody out of her show.
Throwing shit on stage while she's performing, speaking.
They yelled out Kyrie while she was doing
Right.
an intimate moment, and she kicked that fan out the show.
So then Kyrie comes
yeah, I
in.
seen that.
Yeah. So then Kyrie comes in and then lets it be known. Yeah, she never cheated. Like that was a situation where we was over and done with. But I was trying to let it go. But now that I'm knowing what's going down, like yo, did that shit.
It took you that long?
Yeah, I'm like, I'm like, it's commendable, and then I'm like, if you didn't know that, all right, I guess for sure, bro. You got it.
Yeah,
You got it.
He said, I don't know. He said he was embarrassed or whatever. But,
Right.
So, like we were saying earlier,
Yeah, Kawhi Leonard
wants out of the Spurs.
Yeah, to further that, so now, of course, when that happens, rumors come in with the Lakers. I hate to break it to y'all Lakers fans. I got excited, but it was excited to troll Spurs fans because they believe in this quote-unquote Spurs way, and that's how they operate. But that only worked when Tim Duncan was in the jersey because clearly you can see now they're unraveling. I just got excited for that. in terms of him joining the Lakers this year, shit's not happening. Pop isn't dealing anybody to the West Coast.
You said earlier, yeah.
And what he wants, if he were to do it, they talking about he wants Ingram, Lonzo, and Kuz. Fuck all that. That's not happening.
ridiculous.
Nope. That's not taking place. But of course, everybody was like, "Oh my God, we're gonna get Kawhi and we're gonna get LeBron, and then Paul George is gonna come." And I'm like, "Y'all don't understand how the fuck a salary cap works, man."
You know how Twitter is, man. You just gotta let them talk. You gotta let them talk.
I wasn't just Twitter.
I mean, here's this.
I
though.
know.
You got to think about it for a second. In order to get Kawhi Leonard, let's hypothetically,
And
'cause
LeBron.
I don't believe none of it's all gonna happen like
Right.
that. But in order to get Kawhi Leonard, you have to trade away equal money.
Yep.
Exactly.
So you do that, and then you bring in LeBron and PG. We have the space for those two max contracts. So technically, it is possible. But then, what the fuck is the rest of the roster gonna look like?
Trash. You gotta have a bench.
You have no choice of keeping Randall because unfortunately, Lil fucking Dang's contract is still on the books with Randall's money. Thanks, Mitch and Jim.
Oh yeah, your Lakers are what's it called? His daughter's getting a wrestling company.
Yeah.
I told you about
Shout
that.
out to Jeannie Buss. She's going to start diving into women's wrestling.
Yup.
Another bag secured. And then the Lakers, they had to go and have a talk with Lonzo and Kuz.
Hell yeah, because they released some diss tracks.
Yeah, because and it's funny because over the whole entire year, them two and Josh Hart, they were roasting each other on social media. Like it was funny games.
Yeah,
Nobody's
yeah.
paying attention to
But
that.
Lonzo took it to a whole fucking level by going into the mic booth.
Yeah, and to me, honestly,
Did you actually listen to that track?
Yeah, he
though?
was spitting.
yeah, he was spitting.
Yeah, he was
And then it was funny too because somebody was like Drake rolling up to
yeah.
to Chino Hills after hearing
Oh,
the diss to go
shit.
get him recruit for push.
Yeah.
The thing it was funny games to me until I heard the line where he's when pull to push. You never met your father, and I was like, wait, are y'all still playing or like wait like that? That was like the one line where it was like, come on, man.
Yeah, like you.
I thought we was just having funny games, like
here
or whatever.
Far.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So Magic had to come in like stepfather,
Y'all
put him in was
gotta
like,
be cool,
like, hey,
you know.
we trying to bring free agents out here, and
We
y'all
tr-
fucking with my money.
I
Okay?
want LeBron James.
I done secured a nice little leak from my Starbucks and Magic Johnson Theater money to make this happen, and you're messing with my money. You keep messing with me, you ain't got to worry about going to San Antonio.
You don't worry about them AIDS.
Well, damn, what was gonna
Hey, I made it dark, didn't I?
I was gonna just
I
say he
made
was
it
gonna
real
send.
dark.
I was gonna
didn't
say he was gonna send him to Memphis. Damn.
I made it real dark.
Damn.
You don't want to.
All I said was they were going to Memphis. Shit, you took it to a whole other level, man.
Hey man, I gotta take it there sometimes.
But yeah, like for me, it's much to do about nothing. I'm sure you agree. Like it's,
Oh, yeah.
they just having
Yeah,
fun.
yeah.
But you know, of course, you got to cool it
I
down
mean, they're
because.
kids, man.
Right.
Like.
But now we're in a point where we have an opportunity to get some free agents, and
Yeah, nah, I hear it.
you know, you had that going on, and then LeVar's back in the picture
He's
because
been quiet lately.
he's got LiAngelo up.
Oh,
Competing
yeah.
for the draft.
Right.
LiAngelo's been looking good in these trials from what I've been hearing.
So what team does he want him to go to?
Of course, he wants all three of them to be on the Lakers.
Yeah, he wants all three on the Lakers.
Um,
So what if he doesn't? So what if like hypothetically another team picks him up?
It is what it is. He's,
Well-
he's at the end of the day, his bottom line is my sons will be in the NBA. It's all his bottom line is.
So who's next after him?
It's LaMelo. And LaMelo done. You seen LaMelo? His growing pains. That boy done jumped up.
What do you like?
He's like 6'5" now.
he hit a
6'6".
you
Growth
mean.
spurt. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Wow.
Wow.
He's up there now. Like he went to Lithuania
Wow.
with the hair,
Yeah.
making him 6'5", and then he came back. The hair was gone. He's 6'5", and it's like, what the fuck just happened?
Shit.
Yeah, he grew. He's gonna be the best one, but he's also the one you got to worry about the most.
Yeah, because
It seems like he gonna do something stupid to end up on TMZ. That's worse than what LiAngelo did. if you can imagine that.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
But shouts out to LeVar because, again, so we were talking about him creating his own league, right? So, of course, like I said earlier, Cube secured the deal with Facebook to cover the Big Three, which starts this Friday, the 22nd. Big move because I don't know if you caught anything with the Big Three last year. That was enjoyable to watch. Bunch of old heads playing half court, still competitive, still moving. Unfortunately, some of them's muscles did not go where their bodies were taking them.
See AI on the court, man. I mean,
It is, yeah.
dude.
Pretty much.
So now that you can see it without going to the games, like it's pretty dope.
Yeah,
I like
for
it.
sure.
So now LeVar has the Junior Basketball Association, which starts next week as well. 8 teams, and all teams are called the Ballers. It's just you have a team in LA, New York, Chicago, Atlanta, Houston, Dallas, Philly, and Seattle.
Ooh.
So
just
that's
the fact that he brought a team back to Seattle, whether
Right.
it's not a professional team, but just
But
a
even
team to
right.
Seattle. That's awesome.
it's a good move.
That's awesome.
So each team has 8 to 10 players, and they were all picked out through the tryouts. I don't know if you saw, but over the past few months, they've been going city to city doing tryouts.
Oh, I know what LeVar's doing.
So the
NCAA gonna be mad,
that's so-
mad.
I'm going. You need not worry
Oh,
about that. I'm gonna lead into that.
I just connected it
we're
now.
Yeah, we're gonna dive into that. So the age group for this is 17 to 19-year-olds. The kicker is that you could be going into your senior year and you can compete in this league because it's only for the summertime. It's only from June to August.
And then you got students working towards their GED.
If you're working towards your GED, you still qualify to try out and make the team.
$3,000.
So exactly. So now we get to the compensation. $3,000 a month. They're going to be selling jerseys. Now it's going to be a little iffy trying to get people to buy jerseys at first. But they're going to be selling jerseys for $80, and the players are going to make 60% of those profits.
LeVar better watch his back.
So now let's discuss this real quick because they actually broke this down. Let's say a top tier athlete says, I'm not going to go to college. And we're not talking about this year. Let's talk about 2 years from now.
Yeah.
I'm not going to go to college. I want to go try this out. And this is a high class top 10 blue chip.
Yeah.
That name's going to sell some jerseys.
Yeah.
And they did some math. That $3,000 a month, you sell 1,000 jerseys, you're walking away from the summer with $49,000.
Oh, they're gonna come after LeVar, dog. They're gonna try to stop this shit.
Think about
They're
it this
gonna
way,
try
man.
to stop that.
And that's not even including the endorsements that are going to come
That's
along
what I'm
with this.
saying, man.
We haven't factored in
Schools are
endorsements.
gonna lose
Now,
money.
it's not going to come
Are they eligible for endorsements,
Well,
even though it's in the summer?
if they're getting paid. You're eligible for all of it.
That's true. That's true.
And it's not going to be no top notch. You know what I'm saying? Nike ain't going to come down and throw down the bank at you. So we're not talking about that. But just the
Let's
fact
just say
that
champion,
right.
for example,
Champion comes in. You're a
Yeah,
17-year-old making
exactly.
$3,000 a month for the summer. You sell a few thousand worth of jerseys, and now you get $30,000 for endorsements and champs. Come on, man. What are we talking about here?
I mean, I'm just thinking about because you said these are what 17 to 19-year-olds, right?
Right.
Let's just say that they had the one and done rule when LeBron was coming out. Mm-hmm. Imagine him going to this shit.
Oh, forget it.
Game over.
Forget it.
Game
Forget
over.
it. And so I'm glad you brought that up, and I'm glad Busby you brought that up with the NCAA. So now let's get into this. The NBA is now talking going into the 2021 season if they just gonna outrule the one and done rule. So now that brings leeway to so now you got kids that if they don't want to be in college, they ain't gonna be there, wasting everybody's time. Mm-hmm. I don't like college basketball as it is until it gets to March, anyways.
Yeah.
But you're sending kids here, but they're old enough to go fight overseas when they're 18.
Right.
You know what kind of sense does that make? So now you got this situation going, and the NCAA is trying to make an attempt, and their little attempt is going to take place in October when they insert a new rule regarding the transfers. The schools are no longer allowed to block when a student wants to transfer. That's the way they countered this. It was let's see if we could get a stipend or anything like that. It was, well, we're not going to block your transfer. But that don't help because if you're just not blocking the transfer, you didn't say anything about the kids actually transferring and being able to play right away. That rule's still in effect where once you transfer, you still have to wait out a full year. So now,
that kind of kills that.
So now compare that rule to what LeVar Ball is doing.
Yeah, I'm going to that league. If I'm in that position,
Everybody was laughing at this man a
definitely
full
going to that
last year ago. At this point last year, everybody was laughing at LeVar.
NCAA is gonna come after that nigga. Man, they're gonna try and stop this. They're gonna try. Those white folks are gonna try to stop
I will
him.
never forget. Somebody, it was radio or something had to do with college. They said LeVar Ball is the worst thing to happen to college basketball. And I'll be damned if I look back at it and say, you actually might be right.
You're right. Yeah.
It just wasn't the way that you were talking about.
right.
He's fucking with their money. He's fucking with their money.
Yeah.
And you know how the white folks get when niggas start fucking with their money.
Yeah.
They're gonna try to find some way to stop this.
So I mean, if you think about it, now look at it from this perspective. NBA season's done until October. Mm-hmm. Obviously, basketball on court situation because now we're getting ready to the off season. LeBron's on the open market, so now that's gonna take place everywhere.
Right.
But in terms of on court, we now have the big three, so we get to see some of our old heroes that we loved watching. They're playing.
Right.
Then you get to see this little new wave of talent, and they're playing at the same time.
Wow.
So now there's basketball all the way going through. So now I can kind of peep through and see who's coming in at 18 years
God
old.
willing, let's hope this. I hope this plays out in LeVar's favor.
Right.
Not just LeVar, just all these players, great players that.
And
make
Melo's
this
gonna be Melo will be on the LA team. Melo's playing.
Of course, he's playing.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. Well, I mean, it kind of makes sense. Like,
I mean, duh.
Yeah.
yeah.
I
mean, this is
on the surface it does, but
not pro yet.
on the surface he actually had to beg LeVar to get him to even try out. LeVar was like, "You're not trying out. This isn't for you. I'm trying to get." And he's like, "I want to play in this league." It's one of those things like Coach Carter, where Damian had to prove himself that he could get this done. It was that LeVar was testing him, and he made it. So I'm excited for this. I really want to see this. Now that we get into the NFL side, there's been some articles put out. I don't know if you guys got the chance to read them, but this is some heavy shit
about mental health.
It all ties back to mental health. So you had Bleacher Report. They have an article out in discussion about mental health through the eyes of former running back Larry Johnson and Clinton Portis. That's some heavy shit in there. Like, if y'all haven't read it, I'll put the link in the description this week. That's some heavy shit in there. And then you go into Kellen Winslow the second. So I don't know so we were trying to figure out what was going on with this because they were saying he was getting arrested, but then the reports were he was just being black in the neighborhood. But then the report comes out later that he's kidnapping and raping women.
Yeah. See, I always knew he was a weirdo.
I'm always soldier.
I'm a fucking soldier.
Ever since that moment, I honestly thought there was something wrong with dude. And here's the thing: I watched Miami when he played there because that team was fucking stacked. Like, how could you not want to?
That 2001 team, he rode the bench. I remember that.
Yeah.
Sean Taylor.
Think about that for a second. As good as a player as he was on the fucking bench.
Sean Taylor, Willis McGahee, Frank Gore.
Yeah.
Well, Frank Gore had his knee shredded when he.
No. All at that point, they were all riding the bench. This was when Antoine Roll and all them were playing. Antrell, thank you. Antrell Roll and Andre Johnson.
Yeah.
This is when they were all on teams. So that's how stacked that fucking team was.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, future first rounders, and they were they didn't do anything. They were on the bench.
It's crazy.
But to go to this, I'm reading it, and it's in the way I'm excusing it, but I'm looking at this, and I'm like, that screams CTE to me. Mm-hmm. In terms of Kellen Winslow. Again, I'm not excusing it to say, you just let him be free. No. If he's doing a crime, you got to do your time. But this is screaming CTE. He's not all the way there.
Yeah. He was never all the way there. Fucking soldier.
Yeah.
I mean, dude, just the way he played, though, too. Like, his style of play was violent.
Rough.
It was the opposite of it. It was the opposite of his dad's.
He only played for the Browns, and who else?
I think he bounced around. Yeah.
And he was just decent, right?
Yeah.
It was far from what his dad was putting up when his dad played.
For sure.
And then you had former point guard Nate Robinson. So Nate Robinson's going to be Uncle Drew. Nate Robinson also revealed that he battles with depression.
Damn. Mental health, man.
And the thing with Nate Robinson is he's saying that he didn't battle with it until he got into the NBA.
Wow.
Yeah, because that's when he got all the doubters. Like, I mean, when he was in college, he played both football and basketball. So he was, like, elevated. He was, like, praised.
Right.
You know what I mean? He goes to the NBA. He's the smallest guy there.
Yeah.
Granted, he had hops, but he was still the smallest guy in the league.
Very true. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, again, we're going to see where this goes. We're going to see where it goes with Kellen Winslow, but
in the words of Will Smith, when it comes to these players and their brain, tell the truth. Tell the truth.
No. Basically.
Yeah, so if we can go into wrestling, I have the TV on right now. Ronda Rousey just threw Alexa Bliss into a table. So that just shows damn, that just impressed me because last night, we're recording this, Money in the Bank was last night, and she had her second match, and she went against Nia Jax, which is Rock's cousin, and she put on a really good match, man, and she's really developing really well in the ring.
I like that.
See, I'm not surprised because she's an athlete. She's an Olympian at the end of the day. She's like a pure athlete.
Right.
So she was made for this. She was made for wrestling. So shout out to her. And also Vince McMahon secured another international bag.
Yeah, out here smelling more money.
Back in April, he got like over 100-something million with the Saudi Arabians with the Greatest Royal Rumble. Now he's going out to Australia at a big ass stadium for the Super Showdown or whatever.
It's where they had the Olympics.
The Sydney, the one in Sydney.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Ooh.
Yeah, man, that's just crazy.
That's money, and that's in October. And it's gonna be on the WWE Network. I don't know, man. Vince McMahon just keeps making money. Just
one of my favorite gifs of all time is when he has that money stack and he's just going through it and he smells it and he's just nodding his head. Oh yeah. That's one of my favorites.
See, Ronda just
secure the bag, man.
She just powerbombed and she's talking shit on some Tupac shit. The way she was, the anger on her face, she's just looking down and like, yeah, who's talking shit now, motherfucker? There's all hella Tupac with it. Yeah, I love Ronda.
MJ added a new face to the memes.
Yeah.
Did you see that?
Yeah.
I saw it on Thanos. That was the first time I seen it.
Yeah.
So he had the crying face, and now we got the evil smile face, and he's walking around with a box and some, I think it's Jack Daniels. He got
something
a
like
hoodie
that.
on, and he just has this face where it's just
smirk on his face.
I'm MJ, not OJ. I'm MJ,
Not OJ.
Yeah.
but MJ.
and it's one of the best things I've seen in a while. Like I every opportunity I'm looking to use that face now.
Speaking of OJ, I listened to the story of OJ for the first time since the story of Adelon. Adelon. And I'm like, it didn't have the haunting feel to it. It actually was the song. I'm like, okay, I can listen to this again. Because after that, I couldn't go back and listen to it because it was.
You didn't hear him. You know what I'm saying? You are hiding a child.
No, you know what someone said about. I saw it online. What someone said when they caught up to Drake's mom. They said, "You are hiding a grandchild."
Well, when we were all waiting for NASIR to drop, somebody was like, "Nas, you are hiding an album." The other thing with Nas was funny. Then the memes came up of him not knowing. So then when the Carters dropped, they put the picture up again. Hey, how the hell they dropped that shit so fast?
And then and what's crazy is Beyonce liked one of the pictures and she deleted them hella quick. So that just lets you know she has a burner account. Hove and Beyonce have burner accounts, man. They watch. They could be following you. You just don't know.
Speaking of burners, KD got found with another burner.
Oh yeah, burner account.
No.
We don't know if it is or not, but
it's speculation.
Then it's him.
It's speculation, but it does not help how we think it's him.
Yeah,
it does not help.
How he said, win 2 more championships and go to the Wizards. KD, stay your ass in Oakland or San Francisco.
You don't secure the tech industry bag. Like just keep it, man. Just it is what it is, man. And then finally, I don't know if y'all saw the picture of Mike Bibby.
Mike Bibby just took some steroids.
Woo! You ain't seen the picture of Mike Bibby?
I didn't see.
Boy was buff.
If Mike Bibby was playing against us, and if this Mike Bibby was playing against 2002, we wouldn't have won.
How old is he now? In his mid 40s?
Oh God,
he has to be in his mid 40s.
He's gotta be.
He ain't playing no more.
God, no, he ain't playing no more.
Yeah, but I guess he started to work out now. He's just extra buff now, looking like Vin Diesel from the Fast and the Furious.
Look at this. That's Mike Bibby.
Oh, you bullshit.
No.
That's Mike Bibby. So it was funny. So if you remember when LeBron was still on the Heat and they played the Knicks that year, Mike Bibby happened to be on the Knicks.
Yep.
And when he lost his shoe, Dwayne Wade grabbed it and he threw it out of bounds.
Yeah.
So then when the picture came out, Gabrielle Union saw it. And then she tagged Dwayne, was like, "Hey, Dwayne, you gonna throw his shoe?" So then Dwayne came back and answered, and he goes, "2012, Mike Bibby. Hey, punk, here's your shoe. 2018, Mike Bibby. Excuse me, sir. I believe you dropped this."
Shit, man.
If this Mike Bibby gonna be in the big 3, bruh.
Man. Man, that's just crazy.
He'll be the only point guard on the block, man. Seriously.
So, burner accounts, man, it's like, just seeing that, I'm like, so Jay-Z and Beyonce do be lurking. That makes me wonder what account.
Oh, J.C., they see everything.
Yeah, they see everything. They have accounts. They probably comment. They probably leave little commentary here and there. They be favoring. They just don't be saying nothing. Yeah. They just watch. Same with Kanye.
Oh, and then it just came out today. I don't think you guys saw it. Did you guys see the video of Cam Newton when he was at this? I think it was at either a flag football. What is it? Charity. Thank you.
Charity. You're welcome.
Charity event. I don't know what he was doing, but he was there, and this kid was talking trash to him about the Super Bowl. And then Cam turned around and looked at him and he goes, "You wouldn't do nothing." So then he goes, "I bet I will." And then Cam went up to his face and he goes, "You want to say that again?" The kid was like, "Nothing."
Nothing.
So he went and punked the little kid, man.
But he couldn't do nothing.
The kid was standing. It wasn't like he went to the stands and said it. The kid was like right behind him as he was talking. And then he started, "You gonna do what?" Nothing.
I'll sue you. That's what I would say. I'll sue. Like from Rocky IV, I'll sue.
And the funny thing is, this is what Cam looked like. So I'll describe to the listeners.
Oh my God.
Cam has a full-fledged afro. He's got a Tupac bandana
I see the video.
tied around the
shit.
afro. And it looks...
Damn.
It looks made for social media. It's funny.
Looks extra mad.
It's funny.
He looked extra mad in it, too.
He looked disgusted.
You ain't gonna see.
You look like Metro Boomin.
I got you. Look, you gonna do what? Nothing.
Wow. He got his face hella quick, too. So, how long has this been?
About 3 hours.
Yeah.
Damn.
B12.
Man,
Y'all gonna enjoy this episode.
yeah, a lot to talk about. So, on that note, we went from ending it very dark to very happy.
Starting very dark.
Started very, very dark. It was like the sun went up.
Yeah.
The sun came up.
Once again, rest in peace to Triple X and man, that's just.
God rest the dead. How about that? God bless the dead.
No, I mean, I went back. I had completely forgot about it until I went back looking through the search, and I'm like, wow, no, that. I mean, him and Jimmy Wopo, man, like
Jimmy Wopo, man. Jimmy Wopo. It comes in twos, man. So God forbid. See, it's the God. Oh man, it's problematic niggas, man. The universe is coming back for you. So you best stay prayed up, and you better hope you have good karma on your side, because karma is coming back to bite your ass. So whole ass nigga, tick tick tick, and fuck Jed York. No, we ain't gone yet. Social media's gotta follow me on Mr. Busby, at Mr. Busby on Twitter, and J.C. No Hundreds on Twitter, and meet us on Twitter with iLLogical SP on the Twitter. Now fuck Jed York.
No.
What?
We need some people. We need some feedback.
Oh
We need some regular feedback from our folks, man.
We need some feedback. You know, you gotta. We've been doing this for quite a while now, so it'd be nice if y'all rate, comment, subscribe, all the other stuff if you're new.
If you can help us, retweet stuff out, share it with your family, with your friends. We appreciate everybody that keeps coming back every week.
Exactly.
We were having fun with it. It's just, I could always wrap a scene going this far, but to actually get to 93 episodes, it's kind of like, we appreciate y'all, man.
Exactly. If y'all keep rocking with us for this long, shit.
But we'll appreciate you even more if you start leaving comments.
Nice comments, rate, subscribe, all that shit. So I meant to do that earlier, but you know whose fault that is? Whose fault was it?
Jed York.
Tick, tick, tick. Bitch ass nigga. That's it.